Doing it live.
Eh? And we're live! All right, let's go ahead and start sharing the URL with everybody and their mother.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Which, thankfully enough, there's the little link thing right here where we can actually get the YouTube thingamajigger up and going. Okay, I'm going to share it on my Facebook.
Which then I will share as well.
Yay.
So basically, this is just going to be answering questions and doing a bunch of stuff and just a Google Hangout. Something like that anyway. Deece.
Ah, don't be lagging. I fixed you. Thank you. Don't you
Yeah,
care.
I got a shit ton of videos in progress. And I'm about half done editing the video that we collabed on.
Posted.
Yeah, your video was like 15 minutes long. I had to do so much, just made it look a lot more professional and eliminated a lot of the extra rambling and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do that a lot. But actually, I'm legitimately meticulous in my critiquing, because I will look at a gun and be like, okay, this is good, this is good, this is a little sharp. If the guy's not wearing gloves, it's going to cut his hand, so might want to file that down.
2 minutes, you said SEMA like 10 times.
I know, I do that.
So I kind of reduced that a little bit. It's like, yeah, people don't want to hear that same thing over and over and over and over.
I know, I do that sometimes.
Yeah, I kind of just streamlined the whole thing. I'm about halfway editing it right now, and it's at about 7 or 8 minutes long instead of 15.
Not bad. You did keep the combat footage, though, right?
Yeah, it should be up by today.
Okay. But yeah, that was actually a rush job because I only had 30 minutes to reshoot the footage because it didn't, for some reason there was this weird thing, like, I don't know how I did not see it, but there was a smudge on my lens.
Yeah.
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 So the whole footage was...
You see a tiny little mistake on there. It's just like, damn it, I got to reshoot the whole thing.
Exactly.
It's like when I was taking
was.
photography there for some of the pictures for my Crytek there, I noticed when I was editing there was a little hair stuck to my lens. I turned on the flash and it's just like right there, like a cross screen. It's just like, remove hair, wipe screen, reshoot.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And a really cool thing too, I actually got this shirt from Toronto Airsoft when I did my order from them as their logo there. And then Toronto Airsoft shirt, and then Toronto Airsoft mug. Backwards, but my morning coffee. It's 8:06 here.
Oh, good lord. It's here. If people are wondering why I'm looking over here, guys, I have my TV hooked up to my computer so I don't have to look at a little screen. Big screen.
Yes, and then he can see me, Dice Airsoft.
Yes. Speaking of which, with our shenanigans out, well, I don't think that counts as shenanigans, does it?
No, there's never enough shenanigans.
No. Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Livestream Wednesdays. You know how it's done. You ask your questions, we answer questions, we talk about shit that we don't care about.
Hey, I care about
we talk about stuff.
I care about Airsoft.
Exactly.
For those of you who don't know me, I am David from Dice Airsoft up here in Canada. I'm a guest here for today, and I will also answer questions.
Yes. Oh my goodness, which I might as well go ahead and get the biggest one out of the way because people have no end about it. Dear God. Let's get out of the way. One, I will not do the time warp again. Ever. That was a one-shot pony for you guys. Saw it, Dice.
Unfortunately.
What'd you think?
I've seen worse. I'm not going to tell anybody the link for it, but there is a rather embarrassing video floating around online for me at a Halloween party. Telling you the link, you got to find it yourself, of Me doing a dance from an anime series with a couple of my friends at a Halloween party. I'm not showing you the link to that.
Oh my.
How about a whole lot of nope?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Second thing to answer. The anime slash manga has got a name. It is the Disillusionment of Humanity. I personally wanted to go with the something a little bit more poetic, but you know what? Fuck it. Decision. I said okay to it. You're very quiet over there.
Indeed, I'm waiting for questions to be answered. And I also
Yay.
just shared the link too.
Thirdly, to answer your question of if I'm doing both Nerf and Airsoft, it should be obvious by this point, because I keep getting the same question over and over again in my inbox from my loadout video, for my Nerf loadout video. Nerf! Yes, I'm doing both. Yes, you can do multiple sports at once. Dice here, if he wants to play Nerf, he probably could.
Yeah, I probably could. I wouldn't want to because Airsoft is better. Everybody's got their own right to their own opinion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. And with those out of the way, let me go ahead and start looking at questions that I have in my inbox that are probably idiotic, ridiculous, and way out in the left. Oh, wait, that's my right hand. Way out in the left field. Let's see here. Al, are you going to kill Dice? Oh, yeah, that's right. The ending bit to the review. Oh, God. Do we want to talk about that, actually? Because people have been asking me how long we've been planning that review.
We've been planning that review for, I don't know, a couple of months there. And we just kind of just all did it all in the space of a day or two.
That was our first collaboration together, and I gotta admit, it actually did come out better than the hot mess that it could have been.
As also know, I will also be putting up a edited version of that review onto my channel as well, which is Dice Airsoft, of course.
Links in the description below, and links to the previous video on my channel below as well. Here. Do you guys have any plans for Halloween videos?
I
Dice, why
have
don't you
all
take...
sorts of Halloween things that I do.
Oh dear, I'm curious. What kind of Halloween things do you have planned?
Figure something out. We'll figure something out.
Yes. As for me, I kind of want to do a spin-off of Angry Joe's Dying Light review, where it will be a good one. One of my friends will come in and he'll have a zombie gun. You know what kind? Okay, you guys know those zombie guns that are like saturating both the real Steel World and the Airsoft. I kind of want to do something like that, where I'll review one of the zombie guns. My friend will come in and go like, "Hey Al, you want to play with a zombie gun?" I'll be like, "Sure." And he'll come in and go like, "Hey Al, you want to play with a zombie gun?" And have another zombie gun, and I'll be like, "Okay." My face deteriorates and goes like, "You're getting all these fucking zombie guns!" And because you just see my face deteriorate even more, going like, "Stop it! Stop!" And then my friend
So
finally
many
comes in.
zombie guns.
Then my friend finally, just for the hell of it, will come in and go like, "Hey Al, you want to play with motherfucking zombie gun?" And it's this creepy face here. And it's just going to zoom in on his face and be like, "There's your review right there." A zombie gun. God. Let me look here. Okay, we got another Halloween question. Guys, if you ever do a live stream together, well, obviously we're doing a live stream.
Obviously, yes.
Obviously. Will you guys do a Halloween crossover on each other's channels? racking around my head, but I'm gonna let Dice answer this one since I answered the last one.
Possibility of doing something like that in the future.
Yeah, I mean October is rolling around the corner, so. Bleh. But yeah, I did kind of have an idea that would be really funny. I'm racking around my head for a while now. I have so many ideas for skits and videos and what have you that I literally have to either type them down, write them down, or record it on a motivational video to keep myself happy and sanity, because reviewing horrible guns does eat away your sanity. But either way, the idea was after another 2 or so crossovers with Dice on his channel and my channel, I finally onto my channel and I'm like, ah! And then he says, oh, don't worry, no, I'm not here to kill you. I'm not here to kill you. And I'm like, what? No, peace, dude, peace. You know, I'm Canadian. No, we're nice, peace. And I'm like, hey, but why the hell are you here? Rings, and I'm like, walk over, come back with the package, which I will buy the gun myself. He'll be like, a peace offering. And of course I open it up, and as I'm opening it up, I'm going like, well, Dice, even though we've had problems in the past, you're such a... And I pull out the most horrible gun ever made in existence of airsoft, and I'm like, you son of a bitch! The hell was that? I believe we have lost Dice. I think. I don't know.
I'm still here.
Hey, what the fuck was that?
I was checking some of my videos there for questions to add as well, and an ad popped up. Sorry about that. Headphone warning for those who are watching this video.
Yes, I'll make sure to... Well, then again, we've already not said it after it's already been done, so whatever. Basically, I have banter. Dice sends me a horrible gun to review. I review it in hopes that he tries to break me.
This is like, here's a present grenade.
Oh, God.
And run away.
Oh, but yeah, ironically enough, in the actual, like, review canon, I would like for Dice and I to be like that rivalry of Canadian reviewer against a Yank reviewer, basically, and us just go back and forth. And then, of course, in the near future, we become good friends because of a common enemy. Angry Joe and the Nostalgia
Something
Critic.
like
Or,
that.
like, anyway, that's my idea, but it'll probably change as the years roll on and as we improve our craft, that is, critiquing guns. Yeah. Okay, Dice, you got any questions over there?
I'm just checking through my videos right now there to see if I can find any questions that the two of us can answer.
Very good, very good. I'll check and see if we got if I got anything here. That moment of silence when two critics are trying to find something to question. Oh, here we go. Hey, Al, what is the difference between the 2008 model of Thompson and its compatibility with the modern King Arms Thompson? For a lot of you who don't know, before the King Arms Thompson, there was the... so I'll let Dice here explain while I go get those two.
Had a lot of really low quality pot metal internals and really, really bad QC from other companies. Then later on there, King Arms stepped up and made them a little higher end, adding some more steel components to the gears and the piston and stuff like that. Other than that, externally, I think some of them originally had plastic hardware instead of real wood, like some of them do. But other than that, I'm not too well versed on the Thompsons, but that's what I've known in my experience.
I gotta remove the sling. Good Lord.
And
But either
Al
way,
is
yeah.
fiddling with Thompson's.
Yes, I am. Very much so. Now, there is a distinct difference, and I'm going to have to keep it on my screen because I don't think we want us popping back and forth between me and you. So, screen here. There we go. Okay, so removing the sling. Okay, so there is a distinct difference between the Model 2008 Thompson, all plastic, polymer, what have you, thing. One of the big distinct differences is it's light. It's much lighter because it's all plastic. Happy charging handle. Still the same features, what have you. A distinct difference is this, the orange flash hider. You can definitely tell the difference between '08 safety standards and modern safety standards when it comes to the orange tip. It comes with a polymer 30-round magazine, which I like for realism. But that's just me. Now, the King Arms one, a bit hefty. It is larger in comparison, sort of all metal, and comes with a high cap. I really do love this thing. I'm not even joking. I love it. Now, as for the compatibility, I'm going to show you guys really, really where things have changed in Thompson design over the years. I want you to look at that for a second because the this one over here is the Thompson, the King Arms. This one is the 30 rounder. Diameters of the actual guide rails here. I hate my camera because it can't give a good enough distortion to it. Actually see that this one is much larger than this one comparatively. Otherwise, the King Arms, because it's a little bit smaller, can actually, oh my goodness, if I can actually get in there, can actually fit with the 2008 model Thompson. But the 2008 magazine cannot fit in a modern King Arms Thompson because the guide is too wide. I hope that answers your question. And let me go ahead and take it off me. There we go. Now it can go back and forth between us.
I actually
So,
had
guys, any
a question
thoughts?
on my channel here as well. Dice Airsoft, and guess if applicable, what are your thoughts on the Toki Marui AA-12 shotgun? I love the thing, and yes, it is an amazing gun. Yes, it is quite expensive. Like here in Canada, it was a little over $600 for me to buy that. But it is yeah, down in the States, it's around $400 mark. But it is an amazing shotgun. I actually did a review on it on my channel. You can check that out at Dice Airsoft. That thing just spits out a wall of BBs. Even just an 8.4 volt battery, that thing spits out 30 rounds a second because it's a, if you remember the older tri-shot shotguns, which fire 3 BBs with every trigger pull, this also does the same thing because it has barrels. So 8.4 volt battery, around 10 rounds a second normally if it was one barrel. But since it's 3, that's 30 rounds a second. Yikes.
Indeed. Notifications on the actual main video to see if there are any questions yet. Checking. Nope. Thing. Let's see here. Oh, here's a weird one. What is the weirdest non-Japanese anime you have ever seen?
Weirdest non-Japanese anime? You mean like American cartoons?
I think they mean outside of like Legend of Korra, Avatar, and what have you.
So basically American cartoons. See, there's a difference. There's Japanese anime and there's American cartoons, which are totally different.
Yeah, Western animation is completely... Well, when comparing it to Legend of Korra and the Avatar series, I can definitely say that the animation mixed Western animation and Japanese animation to give us this nice blend of both. Now, as for outside of that, there was one anime I did see that was just not even joking. Wow, and you can watch it on YouTube. It is called Squirrel and Hedgehog. It is.
That
You're gonna love
sounds
this. No
all
matter
sorts of weird.
what. It is a North Korean anime.
Well,
Don't.
we know it just went straight south from there.
Well, here's the kicker. It's total propaganda. It legitimately is. The weasels are Japan. The wolves are America. And the mice are South Korea. And there's only one, from what I've seen, only one female character, and it's a fox, and she represents sex. Not even joking on that. I cannot make that shit up. Only in North Korea will you find propaganda cartoons, and that's the only thing you take away from it is the sexy fox. That and the anti-imperialist sentiment. Like I said, you can watch it all on YouTube. There are 32 episodes out.
As for North American sort of stuff like that, there's a lot of messed up stuff from the 70s and 80s. Like, too many to even mention.
Jesus.
Long before
Which one
Al's time.
Talking, Jesus. About the He-Man 80s cartoon. Good God.
He-Man and old school stuff like that is good stuff. This is before your time.
Ah, screw you. I grew up with 80s cartoons thanks to my mom. My favorite is G.I. Joe.
I have way too many different cartoons and different old school shows like that to mention on my list.
Oh, good God.
So many that I grew up with. Just to name a few. Samurai Pizza Cats, DuckTales, Tailspin, Teenage Israels. That's just a few off the top of my head.
Yes.
It's from Mars.
Odd.
Yeah, lots of old school stuff.
Oh, God. Let me see here. Here's a good one. Alan Dice, if ever you do a live stream. Again, why are they saying if we ever? We're doing it right now.
We're doing it live.
Hey, Dice and Al, are you guys ever going to meet up in real life?
I don't know about the possibility of that, but it might happen in the near future because I do plan on going down to the States eventually. It's just kind of difficult to do that right now because I'm kind of just doing things here and home here in Canada, but I do plan on going down to the States.
Exactly. I mean, go.
Because I do plan on doing on November there. I'm trying to, I don't know if I'll be able to make it. I'm trying to go down to California right now to go to American Milsim's Broken Home 5.
California.
That's going to be awesome.
The homeless. Oh, God. I hate you.
Another question on my channel here. Which is better, the Crytek guns or KWA guns? It's down to me, Crytek. They're better guns stock. They have a MOSFET included in the box. They have better quality control. They have better customer service and better availability of parts in case something breaks. Are pretty good out of the box, but they're not truly LiPo ready, even though they market themselves being LiPo ready because they don't have a MOSFET to protect your trigger contacts.
Mm-hmm.
And they've also been notorious for lack of availability of parts because proprietary, like the gearbox shells, you can't put those in anything else without heavy modification. Some of their other smaller parts are very proprietary to them, like their hop-up units and things like that. But they've also been very notorious with their customer service being very hit and miss. I've had nothing but positive experience with the people I know at Crytek. So yeah, Crytek.
I agree. Now, as for me personally, I'm not really I'm one of those weird guys who will say it's not the gun, but the person behind the gun who can make it good. Because A lot of these kids nowadays, they don't get it. It's a true story I want to give.
Well, I believe this question was more so aimed directly at the gun and not referencing the person behind the gun. Like, which gun itself is better?
I believe both performance-wise, they're fine. I mean, this is just me, of course. I think they're fine. Never actually got to hold a Crytek or actually got to hold a KWA, except for the HK45. But in my opinion, I think they're okay. Guns are good. Both guns are somewhat affordable, depending on how big the wallet is. They're okay.
All right, I will try and hunt down another question here on mine.
Let's see here. Here we go. Your top 3 forgotten weapons.
Top 3 forgotten weapons that aren't airsoft guns yet, or just ones that are never used? Because I do have. Give me a sec. I'll be able to think of 3 really good ones.
For me, my top 3 favorite weapons is the T-Gewehr, the anti-tank weapon from World War One. I would love to have that in airsoft. Honestly, make that like a Springer, and accept like L96 magazines or something of that matter, because something that huge would be kind of awesome, but at the same time kind of cumbersome. But really, it's really cool and pretty intimidating. It would have to be the Steyr pistol, the one from World War One where it was stripper clip fed. Make that into a internal magazine, like an internal gas blowback gun, or at least accept a little stick, like those little thin stick magazines. Make it a gas blowback like that. That would be awesome, in my opinion. That would be really cool. And finally, and this one I've hated over and over again, my third and favorite forgotten weapon is the Johnson rifle. I love that thing. It's a rotary magazine, 30-06, a blowback delayed weapon. Make that into a AEG. That would replace the M1 Garand on that pedestal of awesome World War II guns. But then again, that's just
I'm still
me.
trying to think of 3 guns here. I've got 2 so far. One's been forgotten about. The other one I really want made into an airsoft gun. I'm thinking of the third one here.
Well, go ahead and name off the 2 and the third one will come out.
We'll start with the one that I really want to be made into an airsoft gun first. If you play a lot of Battlefield 4, you've probably seen people running around with it. One of the guns I want made for airsoft is the SIG MPX. It's a 9mm submachine gun, basically like a more streamlined version of the MP5. I want it. I want it now. It's a damn sexy gun. I've been running around with that on Battlefield 4 myself, and it just rapes face. The other gun that's been completely forgotten about in the airsoft world and hasn't been made by any decent company in many, many years. The last company to make it, Jingong, like 10, 12 years ago. Please, some company out there, Umarex, you got the H&K licensing. Make us a good H&K G3. I want a G3, so I can go back to my Counter-Strike glory days and have a G3 SG1. The old ones I have basically is just Tokyo Marui or JG, and those things were creak factories. Like, you so much as like twitch it a little bit and it'll just creak and rattle like a maraca. But Umarex or Elite Force, that you have the H&K license, if you're watching this video, G3, we want it.
I want my Fallout 3 glory days, damn it! Because that's what that was. The assault rifle, for nobody who's a gun idiot, is in fact the G3 assault rifle. Or my bad, the battle rifle. They call it the assault rifle because licensing, what have yous?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So what's the third one?
I'm still trying to think of that. I'm drawing a blank here.
Well, I know with Battlefield 1 out, the beta, there are a lot of awesome weapons on there that were prototypes and some forgotten from World War One. And World War One.
World War One had a lot of interesting weapons. Another one I actually would like to see. I know that G&G was either working on one or they recently released one. The Springfield M1903, a bolt-action sniper
They
rifle. If I recall, they did make
to
that
us,
or making. What else is there? Oh, right. I remember another one there that no company has made yet, and it's a very commonly used World War II gun in films and video games. Gewehr 43, semi-automatic German rifle.
Yes!
No company in the history of airsoft has made Gewehr 43. They've made M1 Garands, they've made Thompsons, they've made Bren guns. 43. We want one. All the German army reenactors, all they're stuck with is 4s and MP40s for their primary rifles.
28.
They want a Gewehr 43, and then they have a direct companion to the M1 Garand.
Exactly. Let's see here.
So yeah, that's my three. The SIG MPX, the H&K G3, and the Gewehr 43 from World War II.
This one I actually was talking to you about before we ever started doing live streams together. Will you and Dice ever play video games together and do videos on them?
I would wreck you on Halo.
That's if I had a capture card. Sorry to burst everybody's bubbles, but my Xbox 360 is down. Like, it's gone kaput. I gotta open her up and I gotta basically clean all the components out because it got really dusty or some reason. But as for shooters, I do have my crap top here. I mean, my laptop, and
You
I
should
haven't
just buy an
played a shooter.
Xbox One that we can play on console with me.
Yeah, if my mother would allow me to actually use the Wi-Fi on my Xbox, but she won't because she's paranoid that virus to the router and all this other crap, and she needs to grow. She needs to get out of the 90s. Well, not the 90s. She really needs to stop being paranoid about these things.
Nothing I can do to help that, unfortunately. But basically, for those who play a lot of video games and want to game it with me, I'm Dice Airsoft on pretty much everything. I'm on Steam, I'm on Xbox Live, pretty much everything I'm known as Dice Airsoft. So if you want to game with me, I play a lot of different games. Just add me as Dice Airsoft. I play primarily on PC and Xbox One.
About playing on Modern Combat 5 Blackout, or as I like to call it, the Airsoft Simulator, because of its campaign. Dear God, it is comedic gold. You can riff on it as you're playing it. It's like, oh yeah, sure, total slow-mo motion. Oh yeah, there's a racist Asian woman there. Oh yeah, so racist, so awesome. Yeah, I'm just badass. Now, as for the multiplayer, it's actually pretty decent. Grant, I've gotten my ass kicked a bit because I haven't played it in a good long while, but I am playing it. It's free to play, and it's pretty much easy to get credits. All you gotta do is play some campaign, and you got a refill on credits and energy and what have you, and that's about it, really.
Yeah, I think I'll just stick to my Halo and Counter-Strike. Thank you. I saw
that's the only
videos to that game. It didn't feel that great to me, to be honest.
And that's what's sad. That's the only first-person shooter I can actually play. You're crashing. It's sad.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about my laptop hardware setup there. That thing's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of an advantage here. Yes, I do play on a laptop. It's an insane laptop. The reason I got a laptop instead of a desktop is because I oftentimes will go to LAN parties for older games like Diablo 2 and Unreal Tournament. So yeah, I kind of want to be able to pack my computer with me instead of my tower, monitor, and everything else with me, like I used to have to, like 6-7 years ago.
Oh, shit, I didn't know I had this.
I have that too.
Yeah. Oh man, what's so sad is they'll actually like one guy actually said this, and I hate people like this. He said, "Oh, I tried playing Battlefield, but it's so overpowered. It's so OP." And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah, Call of Duty. I died one shot to the foot.
and you're
Yeah,
dead."
I'm not a COD fan. The newer Call of Duties, I won't even touch them with a 10-foot pole. The last Call of Duty that I actually enjoyed was Modern Warfare 3 a bit, and then all the hackers started showing up. If I play Call of Duty at all, it'll be Black Ops 1 or Call of Duty 2. Backwards compatible on Xbox Live, so yay for me.
Personally, I'm not a bigot when it comes to games. I love all games. I have this motto where if I don't like the core gameplay, it doesn't matter because I love the weapons. Like no joke, if you can get me the the SMR, I will be your best fucking friend forever.
SMR is pretty much like the real steel Bulldog conversion kit for the M14. It's pretty much all. If you actually look up the Bulldog conversion kit, it's actually a bullpup conversion for the M14.
Nice.
It's very, very
One
similar to the SMR.
thing I actually do kind of like about some shooter games is the creativity they'll take with weapons, like some of the liberties they'll take. I think exactly. One gun I loved in particular to death, and a lot of people called me an idiot for it. I don't care. I love it. Is gotta be the LSAT. I love that thing. Battlefield 4.
Low recoil LMG laser beam. Low damage,
Exactly.
but good range.
Oh yeah.
In both Battlefield and COD, if you're familiar with both versions of it.
Oh yeah. And that'll be something that would be really awesome for someone to do is actually put a bullet counter for airsoft. Like actually put that on the box mag. So we can look at it and be like, okay, I fired I don't know how many. I've got about 300 left. Okay, I'm just going to use these 300.
Actually, the company X-Cortec actually, about a year ago or so, don't quote me on that, actually came out with one of their chronographs that's actually a PEC box and a suppressor, basically mounted as one, that actually has an ammo counter built into it.
Nice.
It actually detects ammunition as it passes through, so you can actually keep track of your rounds.
Nice. Nice. I like it. Let's see here. Okay, well, going away from video games, because we're going to be on that for hours if we keep talking about it, because we're both.
Yes, continue with the questions.
Okay, Al and Dice, why is it some Nerf darts are less accurate than other darts? Enunciation and sentence construction would help you, but I get what you're saying.
I'm not too well versed on Nerf darts myself, I'm assuming that this is for the pricing of them, so I'm going to leave this to Al.
I think what he means is performance, because let me actually grab one. And yes, you see my neck. You can actually see my very, very nice neck. Basically, this is just a recolored Nerf dart, but the reason this is because of, where's that hole? That right there. Because when it flies through the air will be caught in that hole, causing it to fly, God knows, all over the place, causing it to fishtail, what have you, while, and I hate the glue on this because it finally started messing up. Well, this one here has no hole to speak of, or aerodynamic, and when it travels out the barrel.
The thing is, too, with the hole in the first one there, the hole, I believe, is to make it whistle as it goes, but that hole connects to the inside of it as well. So when it's fired, some of the air escapes out of that hole when it's fired before it leaves the barrel, velocity of it in the end before it leaves the muzzle.
Exactly. What? And people are probably wondering right now, how do we know this? Because science, bitch! It's science!
It's called look in the inside of the dart there, and you'll probably see the hole lead out from the tip. Some of the air that would probably escape out of that before it leaves, about reducing the air as it leaves.
That in science!
Something like that.
Yes. Okay.
I got another question here. What is a good budget gun for around $150, be it American or Canadian? So I'll let you answer the American part because, of course, the currencies are different here, and I'll answer the Canadian part.
Okay, so he said under $100 or around $100?
Around $150.
Lance or tactical?
Yep. If you're going on a budget and just starting out and you don't want to spend a crap ton of money, or if you just want to buy a loaner gun, Lancer Tactical has some good stuff there for around that mark. Jingong One has a lot of good budget offerings to around the $150 mark. But probably the one I actually have here off the top of my head, a plastic-bodied Jingong AK-47 Tactical up here in Canada for exactly $150. And that comes with
also, let me actually go get it.
The Jingong AK-47 Tactical up here in Canada, it's around $150 when you buy it from Toronto Airsoft, but it comes with a 600-round high-capacity magazine, 8.4-volt battery, and a charger. Pretty much all you need to get out and play is eye protection and BBs, and you can just get out and play.
Now, if you want something a little bit good, there is, of course, the Jingong, or the JG, M16A3 for $140. Comes with a battery, 300-round high cap, and this bad boy is accurate out the box.
I will actually grab that AK. Give me just a second here.
Damn, I love this thing. By the way, if you guys have any questions, by all means, please ask them. I have a very large hat collection. No questions. Yeah, well.
Now, Al has a fancy hat.
Yes. Yes, I do.
But anyway, that AK, I've got it here right beside me. I actually own one myself. It's plastic bodied, has a quad rail, so you can make sort of things like flashlights. You can actually put a small red dot on top there. Has a metal outer barrel, metal gearbox, a large 600-round high-capacity magazine. So you've got ammo for a long period of time. The gun out of the box. I've done a review on this too. It also comes with an 8.4-volt, 1,500 milliamp battery, or sometimes an 1,100 milliamp battery, depending on which year it was made. The newer ones will come with a 1,500 milliamp battery. And also come with a wall charger, but usually I toss those right away.
Oh, yeah, of course. Definitely toss out the wall chargers. You don't need those. You really don't.
Typically, when you buy a gun, especially more of the lower cost ones, higher cost guns typically don't come with a battery and charger to save a little bit of the cost. The wall chargers that come with many of the guns are not very good, as in they don't have a trickle feature. They'll just keep on charging and charging and charging, even after the battery is completely full, which can heat up the charger and the battery and possibly start a fire. So if you get a charger that comes with a gun, it might not be a smart charger. G&G has actually started including smart chargers in the box. But if you just have a regular wall charger, throw it out and spend the $15 to $30, depending on quality, to just buy a smart.
I totally agree. I really do. And right now I'm trying to see if any notifications are on the main video. Nope, no notifications as of yet. Actually. Al, what the hell's up with all the hats? I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's a third hat you put on there since I came back. What is this, Team Fortress 2?
Probably not.
Just sees a hat. Mine.
Oh, I totally know what you mean. Oh,
Yes,
here's
I played
one.
Team Fortress 2. They love their hats. Goes for one.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I totally don't know.
Defy!
Goodbye! And
I'm
my
going to check here for any other questions on my channel.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Oh, here's one. And what season to play Airsoft? What season would you recommend? I'm going to let you take that one since you live in the coldest part of the world. Oh, no way. You're second coldest part of the world.
It gets pretty cold up here. Airsoft year-round, even in the middle of winter. We've actually played some local games up here with 2 feet of snow on the ground, and we still had fun. Except for those who just had nickel metal hydride batteries, because those things die super fast when it's cold. How does that?
What are you talking about?
Oh, Mickey Mouse. Ay. But anyway, if you're going to play Airsoft in the winter, you can winterize your gun by adding some, like a sock or a warmer into your stock there to keep your battery warm if you're running a nickel metal hydride battery. But I found in my experience that playing Airsoft in the winter, using a lithium polymer battery, or LiPo for short, will work wonders if you're planning on playing in the winter, because they have a much higher tolerance to cold. There's been many times where we're playing in the winter when, hey, I'm literally the only person that has working batteries left. And batteries to every game I play.
Oh my god, we got a celebrity! Oh my god!
Wait, what?
Decker Shadow! Oh my god! Decker! Ah! Decker asked, how do I ask you how to ask questions if I don't know how to ask questions? Like that, Decker. I checked the main video for notifications, much as possible. Gunmaster, how do you do, sir? Decker Shadow, if you got any questions, which I am very humbled to see that you take your time out of your day to come to such meek reviewers such as ourselves. Scared them off. I don't know if I've scared
All
them
we
off
have
or not.
to do to ask a question. Airsoft Al can check it on the live stream because it's kind of odd on my end over here in Canada. But he can check his stream as he's going, and you can ask a question, and then we can ask it as you're watching this video.
Yes.
Right, Jose?
Yeah, eh?
Yes, me being Canadian, the typical stereotypes are in place. Yes, we do say a lot. Yes, we do say sorry. Sorry.
Which people have been questioning if I've
Bruce.
been Canadian or not because of how many times I've said sorry when I go to hurt somebody.
I do not live in an igloo and have a polar for a pet.
Be awesome.
Because it would eat me. Or
Unless
just
it's a
bring a
little
friend
tiny
along
baby
that I can
dog.
trip and run like a mother.
Yes. Let's see
Or, you
here.
know, just bring Robo Murray over and he can fight it.
Okay, here's a good question. If you had to take a celebrity into Airsoft and introduce them to Airsoft, what celebrity would that be? I will let you take that since you guys have Michael J. Fox.
Fox would just be all over the place there. No offense to Michael J. Fox. I apologize. Sorry. But if I could introduce a scene to Airsoft, I'm trying to think of somebody off the top of my head because I know two major gun guys that are in the firearms industry that have been introduced to Airsoft that have actually played Airsoft. I don't know if one of them's played Airsoft. I know one of them played at a Battlehack field. If you're familiar with Larry Vickers, he was actually at a Battlehack game. And Travis Haley occasionally trains with Airsoft as well when he just can't get to the range or something like that. He actually did a video on cross-training with Airsoft when firearms aren't immediately available. Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
But either way, take that off, because good lord, that's hard to breathe in. I don't know how the hell clone troopers breathe in that. But anyway, Decker Shadow actually asked a question. Once again, that you actually took the time to ask questions. All right, I know there exist shotgun-style airsoft guns and revolver styles, but are there any 410 revolver-style airsoft guns out there? I believe so, yes.
Date for there might be something in the very old classic airsoft revolvers or very old classic shotguns, but for the most part, when shotguns are invented, they're typically to the 12 gauge standard, and then revolvers are typically to either 357 Magnum or 44 Magnum standard. In order to make a set with the 44 Magnum shells, typically with things like the wind gun revolvers and the revolvers made by ASG, typically said they can all use the same shells.
I agree completely, and I'm finally putting back on the Scout Regiment hat, because good God, I'm out of uniform.
As in shotguns, 410 shells, much as they'd be feasible, would hold less BBs than those 30-round tri-shot shotgun shells. But something that does like a shell ejection thing, they wouldn't hold very much gas if you did have some, kind of like the PPS, actually are shell ejecting. They wouldn't hold very much gas or very much BBs, so something like a 12-gauge shell would be much more feasible, not only for BB capacity, but for gas capacity as well. And the shells being much larger than a 410 would also be much harder to lose.
Great. Now, would it be feasible to actually make it? Once again, I agree, yes, but in my opinion, if a 410 style revolver had to have been made, it would have to be probably CO2 powered, and would probably load in much like other revolvers that we have nowadays. Or it'd be like Brain Exploder's revolver shell, where he loads in those a lot of those BBs.
Yeah. Another thing, too, it's feasible, yes and no, because there has to be a market demand for them, like actual sizable market demand, sorry. Again, Canadian, sorry. There has to be a sizable market demand for them to be feasible for the company to make a profit off of. Also, the shells are not standard, so they have to continue to manufacture their own shells and make a lot of them in order to actually fit the demand for ammunition. One thing that was actually kind of annoying is that when a company comes out with a completely brand new gun, if it has a proprietary magazine, almost immediately there winds up being a shortage of mags for that gun. Or the mags wind up being insanely expensive. One example being when KWA made the Chris Vector gas Wilwax submachine gun. Yeah, those mags are damn near impossible to find. Them in stock here in Canada. Guess how much? Actually, guess how much the Chris Vector mags are up here in Canada?
Take a good shot in the dark and say they're pretty damn expensive.
$100 each. When you can find them. $100 each for one 50-round magazine for a Chris Vector. This is why I'm very excited, because for those who don't know, Crytek should be by the end of this year. I'm talking to my friends who work at Crytek, and actually the marketing director of Crytek is one of my friends. He's an awesome dude. But hopefully by the end of this year, they'll be coming out with the Crytek Chris Vector AEG. They had one prototype at the most previous SHOT Show, and I am very much looking forward to getting my hands on it. So review and compare it head-to-head with some machine guns that I have already, like the ASG Scorpion Evo and the Tokyo Marui MP7.
Not bad.
That's actually one of my upcoming videos there. Once the out, I'm going to be doing a 3-way head-to-head between it, the ASG Scorpion Evo, which I also own, and the Tokyo Marui MP7, which I also own.
Okay, this one I love. I love this. Have you ever watched a sci-fi show and automatically identify the airsoft guns they're using? Oh my god!
Oh god. Stargate, Firefly, yeah. Stargate, P90s everywhere.
Oh god, fuck you, Asylum! Fucking Z Nation. I can't go one episode without pausing going, that's a King Arms. You did not cover the label on that King Arms. That's a WeTech. That's a JG. That is a Umarex gun. That's a Black Ops gun. You guys are horrible.
See, and then when you see a sci-fi show or any sort of TV show that uses guns, you can tell if their prop department is competent or not if you see an accessory mounted backwards. I've lost count how many times when I've seen a show when I see a holocyte mounted backwards or a scope mounted backwards. Just gives me shudders just thinking about this. Like, no, that's not how it goes.
Oh my god. Okay, no joke, no joke. I'm gonna go get this just to actually tell you. I'm gonna get this just for this reason.
But as for sci-fi shows, so you can pretty much identify everything. Yeah, Stargate. P90s everywhere.
No joke. This gun, I can't tell you how many times I've seen this gun with the tip painted and this not even covered in so many fucking Asylum movies. Even in the new show Dark Side, you can see this gun. You could see an old woman holding this gun on a mining colony in the year God knows how long. Oh my god, it pisses me off.
You know about the Stargate one because I'm just looking at my DVD rack there. Yeah, entire series of Stargate SG-1 on DVD.
Nice.
You have a lot of different series entirely on DVD. Both mine and the wife like to collect a lot of different series.
Nice. Just nice. Let's see here.
Going on that as well.
Oh, I love it.
One series there that I start rewatching. If you guys like things like CSI and NCIS, and like more of the like military and Navy sort of side things, a similar older show that you might like is Jag. I have all of it.
I love. Oh my god. Let's see here now. Oh, this is a good question. If you had to name off your top 5 internet like or love, who would they be? I'm gonna let you go first.
Sorry, there you cut off there a little bit on the audio.
The question basically asks, what's your top 5 YouTube channels?
Oh, top 5 YouTube channels. For Airsoft, there's YouTube channels.
Just YouTube in general, apparently. They didn't specify.
Okay, well, I'm going to Airsoft for mine. So, off the top of my head here, for the top 5, I'm going to say Novrish, Jet Leaders at Fox, Unicorn Leah, and Airsoftology. Sixth one,
Nice.
Sixth one, because he's awesome and also a fellow Canadian, Robo Murray.
Okay, for me, it's a mixture of a little bit of here and there, but I'm going to go ahead and name off Desert Fox, Unicorn Leia, just because I love to keep a couple together. Decker Shadow. I know he's probably watching this and is probably laughing because I've said his name God knows how many times, but you know what? I'm sorry, man. You really are that awesome. You are my top 5 internet critics. Red Wolf Tim, because he has his own channel. And finally, for my last one, I want to say Doug Walker, Nostalgia Critic. I love that guy. I love him. I'm literally a mixture of everything. Let's see here.
Red Wolf Airsoft is always good too. They got lots of informative reviews. Even though they don't have Tim anymore because he's doing his own things. Actually, he's here in Canada in the same province that I am. He's about 12 hours south of me. But Mark from Red Wolf, if you're watching this, Mark, you're doing a pretty good job there still. Keep it up, the good work. Let us know, Mark.
Said, I do not laugh. I employ a stoic chuckle. Decker, you're an awesome guy.
So kind of just like, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, exactly, like, aw. Okay, here we go. This one is from my friend, actually, from my friend Jake. My friend Jacob. Would you ever do celebrities in Airsoft, which is like celebrities play video games, but you try and do their voice while playing Airsoft?
Well, the thing is, in Airsoft, like, even if I became a really big YouTube channel, and I'm not that big, I still wouldn't consider myself a celebrity. A lot of us, I've been talking to a lot of other people that are a lot bigger for YouTube channels. They don't really consider themselves a celebrity. They just people like Jet the Desert Fox and Leah Airsoft Unicorn, yeah, they're two of the most well-known YouTubers, but they don't really want to be referred to as celebrities. They don't want to have that whole celebrity mindset. They're just airsofters that like to put out content and like to enjoy what they do instead of just being celebrity stereotype and followed around by paparazzi all day and all that drama crap that follows.
I think what the question was asking is like I'd cover my whole face and my body so they couldn't see my white skin. A Morgan Freeman impersonation while I play airsoft. Like do a video of Morgan Freeman plays airsoft, like Morgan Freeman plays.
I'm sorry, but you would have to voice over that because your voice is way too high for Morgan Freeman.
Yes, I know. I cannot do a good Morgan Freeman.
No. But
now,
I actually probably do a Smeagol impression while I'm playing. And it's kind of nuts.
You're gonna have to do it now. You got to do a video of that of Smeagol plays airsoft. That would be hilarious.
Just as an example of me and my Smeagol impression. Smeagol sees a tango. Twists the rhythm. False. Tango down. Just as an example.
Oh my god. Okay, for me, I'd probably do a Jeff Goldblum version where I'm like, there is a tango right there. I'm going to hit him.
Annoying, really, really quick. No wonder nobody likes Jeff Goldblum anymore. Shots fired.
Oh my god. You know what's really funny? If I could, I really wish I could. Is I would love to actually like because one day I want to make a channel where it combines Nerf, airsoft, paintball, like have all these critics, including yourself, to this one channel where we can basically be united as one, you know, under a combat sport, you know, just combat sports in general.
Something like that. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yes, it would be. Probably copyright strikes, because it'd be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to sit here and do that. Ah, dang it, we got copyright strike. Okay, who used copyright music?
Yeah, something like that. You'd have to have set guidelines as to what people can and can't put into the videos there. Or, you know, just use uncopyrighted stuff there, like just free stuff there that's free for licensing.
Yeah.
Like my intro for my channel, my intro and exit for my channel that I use, that's all free music there. I don't use copyrighted stuff.
I use Battlefield and video game music.
If any of my videos do have any sort of copyrighted content, or if it's content from another channel, I just don't monetize that video at all, so I don't make any money on it whatsoever. Like my airsoft fails and funnies that I have, which I need to do more of, by the way, I don't have those videos monetized at all because they contain content from other channels.
Yes. Oh, here's one. Hey, Al, just out of curiosity, would you ever do a meltdown right here on a live stream?
If he does, headphone warning.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it as my usual kooky over-the-top thing, because I know people are watching, and I know one of them is, in fact, a celebrity, so I'm not gonna hurt his ears unless he really wants me to, by all means I will. But either way, my first actual legitimate meltdown was over that piece of shit Crossman MP5 assault rifle. God, if any of you ever saw that video, that is the most angry I've ever gotten. I'm just, yeah. I can legitimately go meltdown mode.
I can actually remember one video that I got super angry when I was filming it, because I was filming a video, I think it was an old JG gun, but I was filming the review for it, and the gun broke down in the middle of the review right when I really wanted it to work. I got pissed off. I just bought it, it broke, and I was kind of upset, to put it lightly. That video is just gone. That won't show at all. So yeah.
I agree.
Shit happens sometimes.
Okay, someone actually asked me to bring on the M14, so I'll go ahead and bring on the M14.
Yep, he has a SEMA M14 there. If you want another M14 review as well, I've actually done a review on my channel on the G&G M14, which also has a very nice sounding charging handle. Yes, I can hear that very nice charging handle. That was always one thing that always, like me, for any sort of airsoft gun, they have to have, if they have a really crappy sounding charging handle, that's kind of a bit of a turnoff because I like to fiddle with charging handles.
Yeah, I mean, I do too.
JG one here has
I
a
really
metal charging handle, but a plastic body, so it doesn't sound all that fantastic.
Unlike this one, which the charging handle is all metal, but this is a polymer top right here, I think. I think because it's so large and it's trying to imitate the tilting bolt, which I hope the light can actually catch it right.
Yep, you can see
it
that.
It actually does sound relatively nice. It really does sound relatively nice.
Rotating bolt mechanism.
Basically. Now, a lot of people are asking about how much this M14 SOCOM is. It's roughly under $200, I'd say.
Yeah, it runs up here in Canada for around $200 or less, depending on Taylor. You can get it in the shorter SOCOM length that he has, or the full length version as well, for around the same price. I believe the longer version is like $20, $30 more.
Yeah. Let's see here. And
for those who are wondering, yes, I've got a Toronto Airsoft shirt here, but I don't have any affiliation to it. Just a free shirt that I got with an order. Toronto Airsoft mug.
Oh my god, I love this. Hey Al, have you ever, or a friend, ever identified any guns from video games such as GTA 5 or what have you? Ironically enough, I actually did a video on the pistols of GTA 5. Because I tried my best to actually find the airsoft counterparts. As for the 9mm that you use, it's a Taurus. The Springer pistol here somewhere. Dice, I believe you've played GTA 5 before, right?
I actually haven't touched GTA 5 yet. I played a lot of the older GTAs, though. Still gonna say my opinion. Of course, everybody has their own opinion. Yeah. My favorite GTA to date is still GTA Vice City. Because Vice City had awesome gameplay, good guns, a good environment to play in, and, in my opinion, the best music. San Andreas was good, too.
Damn, where the hell is that pistol? Because I know I had the pistol here somewhere. Where the hell did I put that damn thing?
Speaking earlier of charging handles, I will also go and grab a gun that's got a really nice sounding charging handle. It's the ENL AK-104 Gen 2 that will be in an upcoming video that I'll be making. One sec, I will be right back. Okay, so, found it. And I bet you anything Decker Shadow's still watching. I'm kind of curious about that, actually, because I'd like to bring him on. But anyway, I'm going to keep it on me for a second. This is the Springer Taurus. And for anyone who's ever played GTA 5, you're probably looking at this pistol and you're probably saying, that looks familiar. Well, yes, because the pistol that's used in GTA 5 is actually the Taurus 9mm. Taurus does make a good bit of handguns. This is a KWC. And it goes for roughly $20, I think. This is the non-metal slide variant. It actually does work relatively well. It's actually pretty decent. About, give or take, 300 or so FPS. And then there's me, who hasn't used Springers in years. Because nowadays our bolt-action sniper rifles actually only have one spring bolt-action sniper rifle, and that is my Beta Project M200 Intervention. Indeed. Huge. Yes. But yeah, for anyone who wants to do like a GTA loadout, there is a CO2 variant of this that runs for about under $100, like $80 or $90. So if you want a CO2 blowback version of this, it's made by KWC, and it will complete any GTA 5 loadout, because to my knowledge, a lot of the GTA 5 guns we can now get in Airsoft. I love this thing. I'm sorry. I love the charging handle. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm like a little kid in the candy shop. You mean the hammer, not the charging handle. Derp. I'm having fun. Don't ruin my fun. Fun. Because I'm Canadian. Just because I'm Canadian and we're typically nice. Doesn't mean that I can't be an asshole when I want to be.
Haha.
Anyway, as for another gun there, it's got really nice gun handle. I've got in my hands here the E&L AK-104 Gen 2. Very, very nice gun. E&L, the E part of it is actually a company in China, yes, China, that actually manufactures real AKs. So it actually has a steel body, steel upper. Everything that's metal in this gun is made out of steel, save for the outer, of course, for federal reasons. I've actually taken a magnet to this, and there's a lot of steel components. Component of E&L is a company called Land Arms, which is a Japanese company that produces internal parts for a lot of different companies. And they produce some really good stuff. But anyway, steel bolt, steel body. That is steel on steel, and I like it. Clank of an M14, but it does sound very nice. Very nice and solid sound. And again, this is also in an upcoming video that I'll be doing. This will be on one of my armory videos. And as you can see, it's externally, but internally, this is completely stock. Got a PTS foregrip. Actually, these are actually relatively new edition from PTS. These are, if you remember the old beta project AK mid-caps, they weren't very well available and worked very well. PTS reworked them and are now selling them as 5-packs with either rates. In Canada, they're about $50, $60, around the $50 mark here in Canada, a little less in the States. You buy these in 5-packs, and these are 115 round mid caps. Out, and they also fit quite nicely. E&L case.
Indeed. Okay, well, I'm going to keep it on me for a second because someone asked, because someone knew I commented on Decker Shadow's video before talking about the Black Ops Ignite Wolverine non-gas blowback pistol he has. The only he is still watching this video, so I'm going to give him a treat. So Decker, if you're still there, here's a treat for you. I am actually pulled out my best friend's WeTech M9, which is the Resident Evil version. It's this little bad boy right here. Blowback. And I'll tell you right now, it's not cheap. But it's a gas blowback because it runs on green gas / CO2. So, and someone actually asked me to talk about this, so I am going to talk about this a little bit. Stupid Facebook notifications. Always getting in my way. So what you want to do, and a lot of people have been asking me how to do this. This is weird, because people don't know how to use a gas blowback, apparently. Is you take your magazine, hold it upside down, take your propane with your propane adapter and your propane accessories, shove that bitch in, and then pull her out. And she's leaking like a motherfucker, so I better go ahead and quickly shoot her. And she's out.
Two different things as well in reference to gas blowout pistols. With pistol magazines, when you're filling them, you want to fill them for about 4 to 6 seconds in order to get them full, whereas gas rifles require a lot longer in order to fill them and require about 25 to 30 seconds in order to fully fill the gas reservoir. Like, for example, the PTS Masada gas blowout that I have takes about 30 seconds to fill it fully with propane gas. Although I would recommend green gas because it just is better for the guns. Second of all, if you want to maintain your gas mags, whether it be a gas blowout pistol or a gas rifle, this doesn't refer to CO2 guns. I'll get into more on that in a second. You want to keep a little bit of gas in your pistol mags in order to keep those O-rings in place at all times. Otherwise, if there's no gas, the O-rings will float loose, and eventually they'll just dry out and crack, and you'll lose your air seal. CO2 mags, on the other hand, you want to keep those empty because CO2 is such a high pressure that eventually just leaving it there will eventually wind up wearing out the seals.
I agree. Let's see here. I'm gonna send him an invite because I really am curious if I can actually get him on the stream, because I would really love him to have. I would really love for Decker Shadow to actually be on the stream. Get him on the stream, that'd be freaking awesome. That would make my dream come true, actually. And no new notifications as of yet, but either way.
It might take a little bit to get to him. But
maybe.
a couple of guns here to show for my recent acquisitions, including one that I haven't even posted pictures on Instagram yet. Actually, a couple that I've been trying to collect a few different ones there. I actually recently picked up an Ares DSR-1 gas sniper rifle.
Ooh! Right, I'll keep it on me for a second so I can actually answer some questions. So in my inbox, someone actually asked me to show off my cat. Really? You guys want to see my cat? Okay. Fine. Fine, I'll show you my kitty. Here's my kitty. Here's my kitty. See, you're on YouTube again. See, you're on YouTube again. She's a very nice kitty. She likes to annoy me whenever she can. She's being evil. Being evil, aren't you, Isis? Not that Isis, the goddess from Egypt. Yep, uneducated twats. Well, either way, watching, I sent you an invite, so if you want to actually join us, I'd be honored to actually have you on one of my live streams. I would be honored. It would be an honor to actually have you on, and
There we go, I'm back now. So one of the guns I managed to get recently, bought off a collector there who just didn't have time to play airsoft anymore, is this monster. This is the Ares DSR-1, which is a green gas-powered bolt-action sniper rifle. 2 magazines. You might think, the heck, it doesn't load from the front. That's because it is a bullpup. Some of you may be familiar with this if you play Black Ops 2 quite a bit, as the DSR-1 to as the DSR-50. This thing is quite heavy but balanced. 38 Lapua Magnum muzzle brake on there, because the real DSR-1 is chambered in 338 Lapua Magnum, not 50 cal as it is mentioned in Black Ops 2.
yeah, because in actuality, oh my god, if I can actually get my words out. Because right now, Decker Shadow, my hero, my favorite YouTubers, mind you, actually said sure to joining us on the live stream.
Well, that'd be nice. More people will do it.
Yes, so I'm trying to send him an invite. I mean, and I can. It's only showing me his main email. So I'm not going to say his first name, but all I know is his first
Decker.
name starts with a B.
Just say Decker. First person privacy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him privacy. Decker Shadow, invite has been sent. You are welcome onto the live stream.
But another thing too with the stats about gas sniper rifles, sure, yes, it may not be as consistent FPS wise as a spring powered one, but unlike a spring one, you do not have to fight. One finger. Easy peasy.
Indeed.
And then
Apparently I'm sending the invite straight to his phone. Decker, I did not mean to do that. I swear to God, I've been trying to get your actual gaming email.
let's see
For some reason, when I type it in, it doesn't.
Oh, there we go. Blind you with the magazine.
My eyes!
But yeah, nice thing too about the DSR is it actually comes with 2 magazines. Downside to this gun, though, however, is that this was discontinued many, many years ago. But actually, about a year and a half ago, Evike's division of 6mm Pro Shop started bringing these back. So Evike actually has a video for their 6mm Pro Shop series to actually bring back the discontinued DSR-1.
Nice. Also, yeah. As for that, I did not know 6mm Pro Shop was actually Evike.
Yep, it's actually one of their divisions to build custom guns or more limited edition ones, or they work to bring back discontinued models like the DSR-1. They are actually part of Evike. Oh, and another little thing too that in case people didn't know, with this particular gun as well, it comes with 2 magazines. This is the stock magazine, which is green gas. But the other magazine has a little bit different. You can actually tap these for HPA.
Well, that's
valve
awesome.
on the bottom. I can run this on HPA.
That's awesome. Okay, so it's
And this thing is also quite expensive. Here in Canada, these things are insanely expensive. If you can find them brand new, you'd be looking at about $1,200 Canadian. This thing is in pretty much mint shape, and I got this for about $800 shipped. And it didn't come with the scope, unfortunately, because the original owner, he bought the less expensive version that did not come with the scope because they originally offered two different versions, one with this fancy DSR1 scope and the one without. So you can just add your own rings and scope.
Okay, I'm trying to, because he's saying it's going straight to his phone. It's not his computer. Decker, message me on Facebook. My Facebook is on my About section. Have you, or hell, just send me it as well. I don't know what's going on. I legitimately do not know what the hell's going on with with Google. So I'm just gonna go. Let's see here, directly to your Google Plus. Maybe if I add you as a friend, maybe it'll do that. I don't know.
Perhaps if you follow each other, you'll be able to find each other a little bit easier.
Maybe. I hope it works, because if it does, then hallelujah. That'd be awesome, because, one, I would love to talk to the man in person. Decker Shadow is probably one of the many people who actually kind of got me into being a critic. Because when I saw his War of the Worlds review by the Asylum, I kind of saw that and I was like, you know what? Critic. And I wasn't very good at movies because I'd be too cynical on them. But what I was really good at is critiquing guns. So I was like, you know what? Guns. That's what I'll do. You're just having fun with your Masada, aren't you?
I'm actually having fun with my Masada there. This, hands down, has to be my favorite gas bullet rifle that I have ever owned. I've owned quite a few. This is actually one that I received directly from PTS in Hong Kong, from their Hong Kong dealership, PTS Steel Shop. This is the gas blowback PTS Masada. And from regular Masada, this actually includes a lot of extra features. Costs the same as getting a standard stock Masada. It came with the three-sided railed handguard and the standard smooth handguard. In Canada, this rail alone goes for about $150.
Damn.
It also came with 3 PTS Urgo brand low-profile rail covers, which are very nice. They're rubberized and have a very nice feel in the hands. Also came with a PTS, sorry, if you can make it on that camera there, a PTS Battle Comp 1.5 flash hider, as well as their newer redesigned PTS EPM gas bullet magazine. The nice thing about these is that also work in LM4s, because they primarily designed them for the LM4, but they also fit perfectly in the Masada. And their feed lips, this is the Gen 1 feed lips. They actually recently released their Gen 2 magazine feed lips. I plan on picking one of those up there so I can do a video on that as well. It's because people originally were having issues with LM4 and these magazine feed lips breaking or double feeding or chopping. They answered all their customers' concerns and redesigned the feed lips.
Very nice. Okay, so I know I don't like interrupting people, but okay, so I am currently on Google Plus. I'm trying to find Decker's gaming channel. Hallelujah, I can add him as a friend, and we can have the great Decker Shadow, who has been hounded by the Asylum for God knows how long.
You mean hounded by you? Lol.
Oh.
Forgot to mention as well, the main thing that makes this different from any other Masada is, yes, this is a gas bullet Masada, but you can also notice the shorter 10.5-inch barrel. A standard Masada comes with a 14.5-inch. This is a 10.5-inch CQB barrel. This is the only CQB barrel outside of Hong Kong currently, as of the filming of this video. The other two are in Hong Kong. So this is basically like a pre-production prototype. I was actually really surprised that Spartan 117GW, who is Greg Wong, who's basically the main PTS rep in the United States, don't have this barrel yet, which I was really surprised. I'm actually tempted to just ship him the barrel there so he can do a review on it as well. So, Greg, if you're watching this, I'll send you this barrel so you can do a review on it.
Decker messaged again, a notification apparently. Now, trying to see what he's saying, because probably either good news or bad news. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared, man. No, not really. I'm just. Okay. While that's done, while that's loading up, I'm looking at my messages again. One's from my fucking Helsing quotes for the win video. Waiting to actually use the Helsing quote.
You were probably waiting quite a while, weren't you?
Oh God, yes.
Yup. In case those of you don't really follow, we're referring to quotes primarily used by Alucard from the Helsing abridged anime that is done by Team 4-Star. So if you want a good laugh and like anime, check out Team 4-Star and watch their Helsing abridged. You'll laugh your ass off.
Oh yes. Let's see here. Okay, Decker says he's back. I welcome you back, Decker. I am currently trying to get the son of a bitch to work. I swear to God, I'm gonna lose my mind if Google Hangouts for me.
I've got another question on my channel there as well.
Go ahead.
What is your favorite and your favorite gas pistol, regardless if it's a semi-auto bolt action for the pistol, whether being CO2, green gas, and whatnot?
My favorite would have to be oh my God, I'm trying to remember. It's the one level cap used. It's the ACR Masada. Ow, cat, owie, no calls.
He was using the WE gas bullet Masada.
Yes, that one I actually did find really, really cool, actually.
Personally, me, for a gas rifle, I would have to say the PTS gas bullet Masada, because not only is it really reliable with it having the same LM4 mechanism as their manufactured by KWA, basically their Yikai division that builds the rifles for KWA. So it's really gas efficient. It's got plenty of power. And it's just a really nicely designed rifle. And it's also fully licensed by PTS. All the correct engraved trademarks and everything. And if you've watched some of my videos before, I've been a real stickler for trademarks because I like supporting the official company and not just Chinese rebrands. But yeah, for a gas rifle, PTS Masada. And just for that charging handle goodness.
Indeed. For some reason, and I'm saying this for some reason, I'm at his Google Plus right now. For some reason, it does not want to work. Like, it won't. I don't know what the hell's going on.
So here's one saying that I always say when there's something electronic that doesn't work. This is one thing that me as a Canadian will say. Work, or I cut out your hard drive and beat it to the sled dogs. Using a small knife or a Swiss Army knife.
Indeed. Well, Decker, again, either with your main channel or something, I don't know, because for some reason it won't work, because I've tried 5 times already to enter in your gaming channel. Or wait a minute. Okay, yeah. I see you. Add me back. Very happy. Very happy, actually. So I've sent you invites. So if you want to, you can join in with the main thing, actually.
Continuing that question as well, as to, because they also asked for a favorite pistol of all time. What do you think your favorite pistol is of all time there, Al?
Fucking KWC M712, fastest shooting CO2 automatic pistol in the damn world. Hands down.
Oh yeah, the Mauser broom handle pistol.
Yes, the one used by the werewolf and Hell. Oh wait, that's spoilers.
Me, for favorite gas bullet pistol, not counting aftermarket things that you've done to it to make it a custom build or things like that. Hands down, Tokyo Marui High Kappa 5.1. It is. Tokyo Marui G17 is very close in terms of modularity, but it is far and above aftermarket parts available for it, and it is the most infinitely customizable to your personal preferences. And it's just hands down an amazing pistol. I'm actually soon going to be picking up a 5.1 gold match by Tokimurui soon.
Not bad, not bad. Oh.
But other than that one for favorite pistol, if I couldn't get the 5.1 high kappa, I would probably have to do a toss-up between the Tokimurui G17 or the... I just like it because it's part of my collection, the Tokimurui FN57. Because I love that pistol, and I've used that. I've just loved it ever since first time playing Counter-Strike.
I gotta agree with you on that one. I am sorry for you guys if you haven't seen my face. I've been currently off over here with fucking Google trying to find Decker Shadow's gaming channel on the fucking email list. And instead, Google's sitting here giving me the middle finger saying, oh no, you can't get this one guy.
Oh, there you go. He joined.
Finally! Jeez. I just...
Headphone warning because he's about to...
Jeez. The thing, it just was like, no. It's like, no. All the no's. Every kind of no it could have. And then my phone starts going off like, I'm like, yeah, I know. My phone wants me to join the Hangout again. And then I hear it from my headphones. I'm like, wait, where is it? So I go over to my Google Plus page, and there's nothing there. And I'm clicking around like, where the hell is this coming from? And it's in my Gmail, in the corner. I'm like, what?
All I see in the corner here now is just freaking out and fanboying out right now like crazy. People, headphone warning.
Don't worry.
There, Decker, I
came prepared.
From Canada here.
Oh
So
my
did
god!
I.
Okay, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That was so unprofessional.
PTS Gasboak Masada, and I absolutely love this thing.
Nice.
Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest, Decker fucking Shadow, the thorn in the side of every single horrible movie company of all time, and my personal hero outside of Jet Desert Fox, Doug Walker, and every single 80s action hero ever made. Welcome to the show!
Yeah, I'm just a guy who records stuff on a camera and puts it on the internet.
Isn't that what we all are?
Yeah. I just got like 33,000 people watching. That's the difference.
Yeah, wishful thinking on my part. I've only got 159, but hey, gotta start
That's still
somewhere.
good.
I've only got 775.
Yeah, decent.
And my fucking inbox on both Facebook and fucking email is blowing up now with everyone going, oh my god, it's Decker!
Oy.
People are just his in there.
But yeah,
Yes,
it took some time to get this thing to work. I still got the thing on my phone saying, hey, friends can now reach you directly with Google+. Like, yeah, that's great. It's great. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Fuck.
fan-freaking-tastic. My phone was blowing up too there when he was trying to invite me on here. It's just like, oh, what?
Come on,
But,
you're doing it for YouTube. Don't act like you're professionals about this. Do it through the phones.
But yes.
Do it for the vine.
Oh my god. Yes, Decker Shadow is on here now. Everyone's asking, my email asking, how does Decker know about Airsoft? How does Airsoft Al know Decker? I'm his viewer. I'm one of his viewers and fans. How the hell do we not know about Decker Shadow?
I respond to comments on occasion. On occasion.
Exactly.
He left a comment, I responded. One thing led to another. Hey, I'm on his stream.
Be where he kidnapped you and possibly did some undesirable things to you.
It's possibly.
Anyway, welcome to the stream there, Decker.
I was kind of disappointed to hear about the fact that it's pretty much not marketable to have 410 revolver style airsoft, because yeah, I kind of like 410 revolvers.
Now,
I mean,
Brain Exploder did design.
I kind of got
I'm
a
sorry.
410 revolver.
Let me put it on your screen. That way we can
Yep.
fully. I can
I've
fully see
actually
it.
also shot a 410 revolver, and they're fun.
Oh yeah. I
Okay,
got
what was
just
you waving?
just got a
Whoa!
simple little Taurus Judge with triple-aught buckshot, 4-pellet Federal,
Oh
2.5
yeah,
inch,
very nice.
2.5 inch chamber, 4-inch barrel, a Taurus Judge tracker.
Just say you don't know gun.
Fun to shoot. For those who do have handguns and do love handguns, from personal experience, don't fire slugs out of those. It hurts.
Well, what I want to do is I want to actually start a third channel focusing on calculating the ballistics, like
Calculating
figuring
ballistic
out,
firearms.
actually weighing the projectiles, measuring the speed of the shots, and then calculating the foot-pounds of energy and the joules on impact, and actually getting some kind of hard numbers together for things. Because like, there's a difference with the, there's the Winchester Super X 3-pellet triple-aught buckshot, and at a glance, people look and they're just like, hey, 3-pellet triple-aught buckshot versus 4-pellet triple-aught buckshot. Obviously, go for the 4-pellet because it's more pellets, but the 4-pellet goes slower. So
Yeah, it
I'm
goes
trying
slower,
to think
but
the
would there
total
be
amount
a
of foot
different
energy.
muzzle velocity and joules?
Yeah, the total amount of energy on impact. How much does it change between the two? Because it's a lighter load going faster, but it's going faster, and then the amount of energy is divided by less pellets, so each one would potentially actually do better for penetration. So I'm like interested in figuring out the hard numbers on things like this.
Yeah, and
Giggity.
in order to calculate the difference between the two, you'd also probably need the same powder load behind both of them too, the same amount of powder.
Oh yeah, the thing is when you have when it comes to putting the powder, it's like when you're doing reloading or just straight loading on a lot of rounds. A lot of the guides say when you have a heavier round, use less powder, and a lot of people new to reloading are like, "Well, that doesn't make any sense. It's heavier. You need more energy to push it." It's like, well, it takes longer for it to leave the barrel, longer to accelerate, and that same amount of powder will make a larger pressure in the barrel, and the barrel can only handle so much pressure.
That is true.
love it.
Each kind of barrel, if you have way too much powder behind a heavy projectile, the barrel and the resulting pressures would probably just be a catastrophic failure. That's why you sometimes see somebody with a revolver there who reloads their own rounds there, and it just has a catastrophic failure. It just looks like they've got a pistol, and then it just ends in a flower.
Yeah.
Guys, I got a question here, and yes, it's directed towards you, Decker. It's a two-parter. What do you think of Airsoft, and what do you think of Airsoft Al and/or Dice's videos? Let's go ahead and answer the first part there.
Airsoft, I haven't gotten into the sport besides just having a couple of airsofts kicking around.
That's a Wolverine. Nice little CO2.
Yeah, but I actually took the little pin off this, so like you can actually. It's very difficult because it's a tough-ass spring on this thing. But you can.
Well, it's a non-blowback. It's not supposed to do that.
Yeah, but still, I'm like, please do it for me. You made a medal. I think you should.
It's not like ours.
Okay. So yeah.
Oh, Decker. You need a gas blowback, such as my beauty here.
I just like freaking stick. There.
Whatever you can get to work. With the question in regards to airsoft,
But yeah,
it's like a hobby or a sport to me. To me, airsoft is like a lifestyle. To me, it's one of my main hobbies. Later, I've got many different hobbies, but the main one for me is airsoft. It is part of me. It is part of what I do.
yeah.
Answer
I've
that
never done an actual airsoft game like team versus team. I don't know if they do a free for all on that. It'd be interesting. But
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. We did that
pretty much
once
any
before
sort of thing
down.
that you would do. Pretty much any
It's
sort of
like
thing
when
that you would do in
when I was growing
Nerf
up,
or
the
video
big
games.
thing was like paintball, and paintball always seemed just a little to me. It's like I understand the concept of being out in the woods, tracking each other, hunting each other, but it's like what are you firing with? This big sex toy looking thing with the big boom on top, and is just not. You always feel like, yeah, this is a game. This is a game. This is nothing remotely real about this.
See,
Whereas
I
with
definitely.
Airsoft,
I
with
originally started
Airsoft,
out.
you have. I'm sorry, I talk a lot.
Okay.
It'll be all right. It comes with the stream.
Now,
For me, I've started out playing paintball quite a bit. Like every single weekend, I'd be playing paintball. But I didn't really like the guns themselves. I like playing the sport and everything, but I didn't like how toy and future spacey the gun looked until I was looking at Paintball magazine and saw an ad for airsoft guns, actually for a Classic Army ad. And I was like, oh my God, that thing looks so real. I want it. And that just, I've been playing airsoft since about 2001. Sorry. About 15, 16 years.
Because this has so much metal in it, it's like got some good weight to it too. I mean, not quite as much as this thing, this big hunk of steel with lead in it.
Yes, it shoots much
but yeah,
bigger
don't worry, I
projectiles.
got the thing locked right now, so you can't cock it or pull the trigger.
Safety first.
I'm not throwing around this
Yep.
Okay.
I still have my
I also grip on firearms as well. So of course, always finger off the trigger. Always act as though we're loaded. Keep it unloaded at all times unless you're ready to use it.
Yeah.
And all that jazz.
Exactly. Okay. Now, as to the second part of the question. Decker, have you seen mine or Dice's videos?
No. At least not much. I mean, I don't have much time. I mean, especially this summer. Right now, I really shouldn't be here. I'm supposed to be nose to the grindstone editing right now. I got something that's supposed to go up tomorrow because I'm trying to get all of the summer Freddy vs. Jason done by the 21st, which is the end of summer. The 5th was just freaking Labor Day. It's not the end of summer, it's just Labor Day. The end of summer is the 21st because the 22nd is the autumnal equinox. That's how it works. That's how seasons work here.
Decker,
I didn't keep you for too long then because you got a busy schedule there. But it still, regardless of you being here for a long or a short time, it's good to see you on here.
I'm not going to be able to stay for like 3 hours, but I can stay shorter than 3 hours probably.
Decker, I gotta ask this. Why the hell did you take on Summer of Freddy vs. Jason?
It's been a request for a while, and I was like, yeah, I could probably do it. Probably.
Because Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, God. Okay, so
There's
second
nothing
part.
wrong with Freddy vs. Jason.
Okay, second part of the email is this. Your guns and how they fire, and I would love to see his reaction to them. Because technically I'm hosting the stream. Okay, so Decker, this is my SIG 556.
Airsoft, of course.
Well, yeah, I was about to say 5.56 is a caliber that I'm pretty sure it doesn't fire.
Nope,
Now,
it
as
shoots
for
6mm, not 5.56 or 2.23, depending on whether you go with a 5.56 NATO or 2.23 Remington.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this bloody thing off here, actually.
It's pretty much the same size projectile, but the 5.56 is a hotter load. It's practically like a Magnum version. It's just the same size.
All right, so
I believe it's also a slight difference in the cartridge as well. I believe the 5.56 not only shoots hard because it has a very slight large. That's why you can shoot 2.23 in a 5.56.
Okay, so Decker, get ready to have your ears loving the sound. Okay, I'm putting on
Ears
semi-auto. That is semi-auto. Understand, this is a 8-point, I'm trying to think, 1100 milliamp. And yes, I know you love science. In question, in a full metal gearbox, high torque motor, I want you to try and guess how many rounds this bad boy can shoot on full auto.
I don't know.
I would guess probably around 11 to 12 rounds per second. which is pretty standard for an 8.4 volt battery, around 400 feet per second.
So that'd be about 600 to 700 rounds per minute.
Yeah. Around a fairly realistic rate of fire. See, an
Correct.
unrealistic rate of fire, I'll be right back with one of my guns there, and then you hear how fast that fires. I will be right back.
So Decker, outside of that though, what do you think of my beautiful $175 SIG? Because the MSRP is actually $300. Is selling it for around under $200.
You see, I haven't gotten enough of a chance to actually explore airsoft guns in a capacity beyond what are they stocking at my local Walmart. My local Walmart's not exactly big.
And what's sad is Walmart actually stopped stocking airsoft guns after that idiot kid down in Texas, no offense, shot his little brother in the eye because they weren't wearing eye protection.
There's a reason that there's all these warnings.
Oh my God, that's why I hate them. Well, not really hate them.
It's just like, okay, so let me get this right. They got that, and then they used it in the way that they weren't supposed to, and ended up getting hurt. So it must be the fault of the item,
and not the parents and or salesmen.
Or themselves failing to adhere to basic safety precautions.
But like I was saying earlier, Decker, the pistol you were using in GTA 5, it's this.
But yeah, I mean, if I were just running around with this cocked with my finger on the trigger, fully loaded, and just pointing it at people, and boom, it went off and got them. That wouldn't be Taurus's fault.
No, it wouldn't. But yeah, the pistol you use in GTA 5 though is in fact this Taurus. It's the model. And this is about $20. So if you want to get this for like a prop on a review, it's just $20. And it shoots a really good feat, and it's spring powered.
Yeah, I haven't. I used the Wolverine as a prop during
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes review.
Yeah, but
and that Taurus there, if you're looking for a more familiar and more well-known brand, the Taurus one that you have there, Al, is a variant of the Beretta M9, which is, of course, a very common 9mm handgun.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't want to go too far with using guns as props in movie reviews, because I think that's inching a little too close to nostalgia critic territory.
Well, it really does depend. I mean, I would love to get you into airsoft so you can actually see what it's like, because good God, you do not know a rush when you're in not full gear, but when you feel that satisfying out a guy with just this feet away.
I think the only thing that I did way back when was like laser tag. It's kind of not the same because there's nothing flying through the air but lights.
Yeah, or things that just like insta hit, and there's no question if they hit or not.
It's like walking, boop, boop, boop. Oh, evidently I was just killed. Huh.
Or you bounce a laser off a wall, and oh hey, they're hit. By the way, I've got one of my rifles here. This is my custom Crytek Trident SPR rifle. It's my very nicely done rifle there. Of course, no magazine, chamber is clear. This is an airsoft gun. For the math stuff there, this has, he had an 8.4 volt, 1500 milliamp battery in his gun, 1.1 volt, 20C, 1100 milliamp battery, which is the lithium polymer battery as opposed to nickel metal hydride.
See, maybe I could just like plug this into a gun and just use that.
Yep, lithium polymer battery, yeah. Guys, chamber is clear.
This is a Wismec DNA 200, like the Frixisco is a Jabo Wismec Rouleau. Yeah, that's it, the Rouleau. So
okay, Devin, you better get your ears ready because we're about to make a race for the fully upgraded Crytek.
I don't know if this will be loud on the microphone or not, though, so for those who are watching, headphone warning just in case. So, semi-auto first. Full auto.
Jeez.
Yeah.
How many
So
rounds
I
per second
know-
do you think that would?
I know automatic Glocks go fast, but I'm pretty sure that outpaced it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I actually took this
I'd
through
say
a
that's-
chronograph
let's-
to measure it, so I know what its rate per second
could
is.
it, was that about, I don't know, 2,000 per minute?
The rate of fire on this one is 24 rounds per second.
Okay.
24%. So let me
Zach,
just get some
uh,
calculators in
4 per
here.
second on an 11.1 volt battery.
1,440 rounds per minute.
So very, very fast.
So I was a little over. I was overestimating by 30%.
you can actually use airsoft information now in your reviews because we're teaching you. But yeah,
Well, another thing too is that
Zach-
a lot of this RPS and velocity, for basic battery comparisons for different airsoft guns, a wide variety of different things for that are available online.
Yeah. Okay, so Decker, Zach Peacock says, just got back from work to see an invite to the stream. I did not know I sent him an invite. I'm clueless on airsoft. I like shotguns and sniper rifles because that's all I got. Need to do homework now, so have fun, guys. That you.
Well, if he's at this video there, I'll give him a little treat there for something to look at.
So my plan when I go into airsoft is I'm just going to run out into the field naked with a handful of BBs and just throw it at people, and then get shot from all sides and get all sorts of welts on me. But it'll be worth it.
Oh, dice, get the cannon.
Ha ha.
Get the
This
cannon.
one I have here. This is a Ares DSR-1, which is a replica of the. Let's see, just double check the name here. This is a replica of the AMT DSR-1 in 338 Lapua Magnum. And obviously, this does not shoot 338 Lapua. Hard bolt action sniper rifle. And also,
Would it be allowed in airsoft to have a replica Barrett 50 cal that fires like ping pong balls?
as long as they don't shoot too high of joules and muzzle energy, if you could find a round that can actually fire it at that velocity, you probably could, as long as it doesn't go, because a lot of different fields in the US and Canada, he's in the US, I'm in Canada, different velocity limits, of course, because you don't want to shoot too hard and hurt people. Like something shooting at 30 rounds per second at 450 FPS, yeah, that's going to really, really hurt, especially if you're shooting somebody younger.
And that's also why I know in a lot of airsoft videos I've seen, below a certain distance, you just say bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually here in
bang.
Canada, for most fields, it's either bang or surrender. And depending on different field rules, because they can be different from field to field, they either just take it because they're dead to rights, or they can attempt to fair game. Like if I try to surrender somebody at one of the fields that I play, they can try to turn around, but after that, if they try, then they're fair game. But even then, if I get stuck in that situation there, I just 2 shots to the body. I try to avoid shooting them in the head.
Yeah, because I've been shot in the head before, and it's not fun. It really isn't.
The only time I'll shoot somebody in the head for airsoft is when is literally the only target that they present to me.
Yes. But seriously, though, Dice, go get the cannon, because now people are blowing up my inbox saying, show Decker the cannon, because bitches love cannons.
Which cannon? The semi-auto or bolt action?
Wait, I'm a bitch?
Both.
No.
It's Helsing. It's
Oh, no.
Helsing reference. Because Chris gets
It's a Helsing and Bridge reference. In it, he goes, give that bitch a cannon. Bitches love cannons. I'll be right back with both of the cannons.
Yeah, I'll entertain Decker to the best of my abilities.
I just play with my gun.
Oh, you call that a gun?
Yes.
Okay, got a question here from one of my fans to you. Wow, this one's an old one. This one's been in my inbox since a year ago. Hey, Al, saw your comment on Decker's video. Would you and him ever play video games together? Here earlier in the stream, you know my situation. I did try to introduce you to Modern Combat Blackout, Modern Combat 5 Blackout.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know.
Trying to play a game and it's on PC and you can actually use a controller or a mouse and keyboard. And me and another guy, Nexus Does Gaming, actually did a private match. And we actually communicated through Google Hangout, which is on my TV, which I love having it on my big screen TV.
That works. I just was just trying to be like on my phone. It was annoying.
And, Dice is back.
I'm back here. Just gotta turn my
Okay,
computer here a
Decker,
little bit.
get ready for some serious eye candy.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure it fits all in the frame here. Just gotta move my camera and my laptop. It's on a little ottoman here. So this is Canon number 1. This is a Shaytac M200 intervention. This thing is massive. Actually, I'll try to turn my screen here a little bit so I can stand up with this thing.
Giggity.
You gotta see the height and length of it compared to me. Once I gotta go off the headphone here. You'll probably still be able to hear me.
Yeah, we can still hear you. Decker, what do you think of the Canon?
So I can't see him too well because he's there we go.
This thing comes up to here on me.
That's big.
Yeah,
you want to let yeah. Hey, you want to let Decker know how much that is?
Sorry, one sec. I did not quite catch that. Sorry, what was that, Al? I
You
did
want to tell
not quite
Decker
catch that.
MSRP? How much is Canon number 1?
Oh, Canon number 1 here in Canada. This cost me about $700.
Wow. You know,
Yeah.
This only cost me $5.
Yeah.
Well, you have to understand, Decker, it's a price difference between the United States and Canadian currency.
It's not
There's
that
a
big
large
of a difference.
price difference between Canadian and still for inflation and shipping costs, and some
Oh yeah, I know that there's
retailers
shipping
go for
costs,
the ones that, of
tariffs,
course, are a
there's
lot cheaper.
taxes, there's the slightly lower value of the Canadian dollar, but still, whenever I sit down and do the math, I usually come to the conclusion that yeah, they're actually there's an extra cost just for being Canadian because they know they can do it.
Yeah.
Because we're nicer.
Okay,
We're not allowed to have bad things. And then I'll
Okay,
get
okay.
the second can.
This is like, how about I just
Yes.
charge you $100 more? What are you going to say about it?
Now, you were mentioning
Okay.
50 cals before.
Yes. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah.
They're 50 cal.
Oh. Okay, I'm getting one of those.
This is a Snow Wolf Barrett M107.
AEG.
Yeah, this is battery powered, much like my other one. And if I actually modify this, I could also shoot it in full auto, but of course I don't want to do that. But yeah, this actually safe and semi-automatic. Or Vietnam style magazine inside the shell for the magazine. So I can actually take out this high cap magazine and put in a mid cap and make it so it has 100 rounds versus 250.
Considering a Barrett 50 cal, that size magazine would hold like 5.
About 10, depending.
I still need to pick up a scope for each of these, but yeah, they're big.
You want to tell
It's
them the max
about
distance on that bad boy?
$550 here in Canada. This is the cheaper version.
Oh yeah, $550.
Sorry, here, I'll go back on the headphone here so you can hear me a little bit better. So that I can hear you.
Yes. Decker, I think, didn't hear that. It's $550, Decker.
Well,
In
compared
Canada.
to an actual Barrett 50 cal, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, compared
Oh,
to an
no.
actual. This is the
Back is
cheapest
back.
version of the 50 cal. The most expensive version is one made by SOCOM Gear, and that one is insane. A super-powered shell ejecting Barrett.
Oh my God.
10
this is
mag
3 minutes
capacity,
old.
and actually it has recoil. It's gas-powered, much like the pistols and the rifles, but actually is shell ejecting.
It's
Okay,
like
you know what?
The
I'm gonna-
cheapest I
I'm
can
gonna
find a
invite
Barrett
back-
50 cal here is for about $6,000.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that that's not, allowed in the rules in an airsoft field.
It is.
It's an actual Barrett
Yeah.
50 cal.
Not
No,
actual. What
not
I'm
an
saying,
actual
I'm
Barrett
trying to
50 cal.
invite Zach. Wants in. He
But-
wants to gawk at the guns. So Decker, apparently you know him. Is that Cody, by the way? Zach Peacock, or
I recognize him as a subscriber and commenter. He's not Cody.
yeah, Zach Peacock, the one with the creepy ass creepypasta smiling dog.
Yeah, I can't recall too much exact. I know. I see. He's a common commenter, but it's not Cody. Cody is or he's not the Cody. I know there's several Codys I know, but that's the Cody everyone knows from the videos. That's Draco.
Ah, well, Decker, I think you'll like my gun a little bit better because mine is something that I love to death. I love my gun. Let me drop this. Let me go ahead and just grab this. Grab this.
Fix my camera here. I decided to turn so you can see the whole angle of it versus my height there. But yeah, those are my cannons. Well, airsoft cannons anyway. I wish I had a real 50 cal, but unfortunately here in Canada, the Barrett 50 cal is a prohibited firearm. You cannot own one unless you have a very, very specific permit. That's the downside about Canadian firearms laws, is that we're much more heavily restricted as to what we can and can't have.
I like how when they're trying to. There's all this stuff going on with new firearms laws in certain districts, certain states, and there's this one thing that was recently being pushed was, of course, against assault weapons, which assault weapon is a nebulous term. Assault weapons are a nebulous term. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. Assault rifle is a very specific thing, and those are already banned in America.
Yeah,
now they're after assault weapons, which
it looks
depending on
black
where you
and
are.
tactical.
Yeah, but it's interesting because it was going over what is an assault weapon and what is not an assault weapon, and they were going over what is an assault weapon. It's like it's got the black color, it's got the hand guard, it's got hand grip, it's got this the flash hider. Oh, these are assault weapons, and then what is not? Any .22 caliber rifle, and it's like, you mean like an AR-15?
It's not an AR-15.
Basically like a supersized 22 Magnum. But on the same token as that, with assault weapons, they kind of hit themselves in the foot, but they also have some other things too. Like, what would define an assault weapon, for a more philosophical term there? For example, how do I think of this here? The Lee Enfield rifle. Technically, when it was originally created, the Lee Enfield was a weapon created specifically for killing. It was made for war. Now, the Lee Enfield is heavily outdated and outpaced by many other firearms, and is primarily used for hunting or for property defense in some more rural areas, and yet it's still classified as an assault weapon in some areas because it was originally created for the express purpose of killing, yet pretty much it's now nothing more than a hunting rifle. Heck, up here in Canada, they're like a sovereign defense unit here for the Canadians. Their equipment, they are all issued number 4 Lee Enfield rifles. But unfortunately, due to the conservatives, they're upgraded to .308 Seiko typical hunting rifles.
Yeah, here's the thing. This is what I love. Okay, so here's the thing, and this is what I love. When it comes to older weapons, like with the whole gun law thing, this, and I know it's an airsoft gun, but hear me out, this is considered an assault weapon. It can fire a lot of bullets. Yet, and this is what I love, yet the M14 rifle is considered a hunting weapon. No joke on that. It is considered a hunting weapon.
See, here in Canada, sorry, go ahead there, Decker.
One thing that always gets me is the whole, you Second Amendment defense, that doesn't mean anything because that's talking about muskets and stuff. It's like, well, technically speaking, according to the assault weapons, the NFA, the assault weapons designations, a lot of the guns that already existed in 1776 are either machine guns or assault weapons. So
Well, the thing too is that this is my opinion there with the whole Second Amendment thing there, and them trying to get rid of all the new stuff there and basically taking away the Second Amendment rights. It doesn't matter if the rifle was created in 1776 or 2016. You still have the right to keep and bear arms.
yeah.
Period.
Exactly.
And
Okay,
this is coming from a Canadian.
Exactly. That's what's funny.
It's like, you guys are the
let's
ones
see.
with the Second Amendment, and we know how the frick it works better than your politicians.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, here we go. This is a good question. Decker and Al and Dice. Okay, apparently they want all three of us to answer this.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the ability to use airsoft guns as props when stunts are going on, but using real steel for the action scenes?
For the real steel, they've had problems in the past with using real steel guns, not only for acquiring them, because for a lot of film production things, you have to have a very, very specific permit in order to operate them within city limits, because they are an actual firearm and accidents can happen. More famously from The Crow, I can't remember his name off the top of my head there,
Brandon
when he
Lee.
was killed by, Brandon Lee, when he was killed by a 22 blank fired at close range. The powder charge and everything inside the blank was enough to penetrate and kill him. Another thing too, airsoft guns are much more easy to obtain. Yes, some bits of them may not be as realistic, but they're much more viable to use as props. And also, if they break, you're not out of an insane amount of money like you would with a real firearm. And with today's technology, you can simply use an airsoft gun as a prop, and using editing footage, adding the sounds and recoil and shell ejecting and everything else that you would have from a real firearm. Or train the actors to properly act like they're actually recoiling.
Now let's go to the movie critic.
Well, I personally, I don't really like the CGI compared to the actual muzzle flash. Of course, the thing is, when it comes to actual muzzle flash, being also a gun guy, I know a lot of times they're doing stuff with the guns that have absolutely nothing in relation to reality anyway. They're just holding down the trigger on an AK-47, and it's giving them no kick somehow, and they're just spraying and spraying and spraying, and then they keep cutting from people getting shot to cutting to the gun shooting, and it's going for like a minute and a half with never reloading.
You see just the infinite magic ammunition. Or, for example...
And you see on YouTube when people try and actually just keep reloading and keep firing for a minute and a half, and the AK just catches fire with its wood furniture.
Actually, I saw a recent video by, if you're familiar with the YouTube channel, Decker there, if you're familiar with Iraq Veteran 8888, they did the Melt the AK video. Yeah, that's a more realistic thing that will happen to an AK. It will melt down, catch fire, and of course you have to reload it. As opposed to films where, oh no, that never happens.
So it's like
not realistic at all. I definitely agree with
looking
that.
At the idea of the muzzle flash is more realistic with a blank, and the shell ejecting more realistic with a blank. But at the same time, the movies aren't realistic with them anyway. So
if you're curious what I'm doing, it's because of an email. I'm keeping it on you guys until I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, so...
The main thing with fire films, of course, they have to make sure that they write their scripts properly so that actually the firearms handling is realistic enough to the point where, oh, hey, it's not just firing a magic bullet there for 20 seconds straight. But not only imagine the scripts that they don't have... Yeah, Asylum, yeah. They have to train their actors to properly handle firearms, because some of them I've seen, they just handle them absolutely poorly, like crossing in front of each other's path.
It's like they think, okay, these guys are fighting, so let's give them 2 or 3 months of martial arts training. Okay, here's a shooting scene. Just hand them the thing. It's like, okay, just point there, then reload it like that. Okay, you're good.
Decker, I think there was a scene
in farms. Like me, I've grown up with hunting farms since I was 3 years old. When I was 6.
I think exactly. Was it the War of the Worlds review where you were really pissed off about the whole CGI, or was it the other? Oh, it was the Jurassic Park ripoff. That's what it was. It was the Asylum's attempt at the Jurassic Park that you were pretty pissed off about with the gunfight scene.
Well, the gunfight in what was it called? the Age of Dinosaurs.
Yes, that's what it was.
I'll give you a hint. Jurassic. Get it, honey? We're ripping off Jurassic Park.
Oh my god.
Pretty much.
But yeah, that was just where they're just waving around their little prop guns, and it's just the muzzle flash, and it looks completely fake, almost more fake than the Carnosaurus coming down at them.
Yeah.
But
Like, you can't tell which one's more fake, the CGI dino or the effects on their gun. Like, tell me, they'll just sit there with an AK and just sit there firing, and yet two where they can see, oh hey, the safety is still unsafe, or they'll just have, oh hey, an airsoft gun or like a Nerf gun and just have no recoil, which is
and then there was
ridiculous.
way back when there was Alien Origin, and not only did they have the CGI muzzle flash in certain scenes, in other scenes they had no CGI muzzle flash, and they just had a line coming out of the end of the gun.
I remember that.
Both terrible and inconsistent on top of it. And it was the same soldiers firing the same guns. So it was...
Oh my god. Okay, here's a question for you, Decker.
To technology of the old days, they didn't have as much consistency or as much quality control as they do nowadays. But even still, it seems like, oh, hey, let's just do like we did in the 80s.
Oh my
Not
god,
that
I
great.
love this email. Decker, you're gonna hate this email, but I love this email.
That's not a good sign.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna love it because of his freakouts. I really do. Decker, how's Chibi Thulu doing? Wait for it.
He's fine.
Okay.
And you broke him.
Oh no! If I wanted to
Going
break
to
him, I'd break
college,
him up.
enjoying life.
If I wanted to break him, yeah. But if I wanted to break Decker, I start reading this Yowie fan fiction that was sent to me in my email from one of my
hell
fans.
no.
Oh my god.
Oh, hell no. Back away.
According
Oh
to
my
Creepy,
God.
I have been Rule 34. And I'm like, no.
Seriously?
That's oddly terrifying.
Yes.
Fortunately,
All you have to
whenever
say
I've
is
sent
Rule
fan art,
34.
it's been of the tasteful kind. I guess when they're drawing me like that, they think, okay, Creepy's going to appreciate this better.
God. Let me.
Yeah.
Okay, Decker, would you ever consider doing a crossover review with Airsoft Owl on an Airsoft review because I get a gun fact right and you stick around correcting me like the critic you are?
Right now, I'm
Like,
just
that
in
is
the
not
middle.
how that works.
No, it does not, dude.
Yeah.
He's a film critic and a gun nut. That's not how it works.
I'm just ridiculously busy with all sorts of things right now, so I'm not in the right mindset to be planning anything like that. I mean, I had the plans for the third channel focusing on firearms and ballistics, and I've recorded the first episode, as it were, which is just stuff I had to go through to buy the gun. And I haven't even had the time to upload it because I've been uploading stuff for the gaming channel and working on the scripts for the Summer of Freddy vs. Jason and filming and editing, and that's what I got to be doing today is a lot of editing because I got the Jason X review to post tomorrow.
Oh God,
I'm
not
definitely going to
Jason
check that out. I'm going to have to check that out because, well, I've always watched the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I have all of them on my shelf.
But
so I'm definitely going to have to check that out.
Yeah. Remember how long ago I posted the Jason Goes to Hell review?
God, why did you review that movie?
What was that, 2 days ago?
Yes.
And it was 3 days before that I posted the...
Anyway, okay, so I'm sorry to interrupt you
Jason
guys, but
Takes
someone actually asked me to do this. So, Christian asked me to do my fastest shooting of a lever action Nerf gun. I love these young
lever
kids.
action Nerf guns?
Yeah, even I didn't know this.
Boom. So basically, he wants to see how fast I can go through all the mags on my on my holster. So this should be a first for me. And
This
it might
would
be
take a
enjoyable
while.
for you guys because you could. Not really, because I shoot extremely fast. If you want to time me, you're welcome to.
I'm good.
So whenever you guys are ready, just tell me to go.
Go.
Starting gun.
Damn it!
Well, he's definitely no
Penalty.
Jerry Mukulek.
What? That would work.
Definitely no Mukulek or Larry Vickers.
Oh no! Oh no! Something is wrong! Oh no! The gun is malfunctioned! Ah!
In the words of Alucard
They
from
say-
Helsing.
They say
Yeah,
it
goofed.
is a bad artist who blames his paintbrush.
Okay.
Yes.
What the fuck is going on here? There are some shenanigans!
They say an expert practices until he can't get it wrong. I'm trying to remember the rest of this phrase. There, totally just blanked there for a second there.
So the cat feels perfectly safe where he is.
At least we hope. Okay.
And I suck!
An expert always prefers to practice until he can't get it wrong. Sorry, no.
I suck
Until he can get it right. I always keep messing up that phrase. Gah.
Oh my god, the gun is gone. It's not, oh lord. Oh dear,
Okay,
I gotta
there we go.
open it up again. I gotta,
An expert practices until he can get it right.
yeah,
A professional practices until he can't get it wrong.
god damn it. Yeah, I gotta open her up. I gotta open her up and I gotta modify her. Again.
You know what? Screw this. I gotta grab a Nerf gun here too. I can't be the only one out.
I just don't got any darts in this.
Decker's got his. I'm gonna let him play with his.
I got plenty of darts like over there in the other drawer. I just don't have any loaded in the Nerf gun. I don't want to be unsafe with the Nerf gun. Didn't want to walk around with a loaded Nerf gun. I mean, who walks around with loaded Nerf guns?
I'm not gonna give any comments.
This is just triple up buckshot. It's perfectly safe.
Oh damn it. One no.
There we go. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Whew.
Oh dear. Oh dear, I believe I have messed up the Nerf gun. Yes, I have messed up the Nerf gun a bit. I have to open her up again. I gotta modify her again. Because apparently, she said, fuck you, I'm gonna break on ya.
You done goofed.
Okay. Nope. Nope. Ah, shit. Yeah, I gotta open her up again.
Yeah, I didn't want to feel like the one left. I didn't want to feel like the one left out. So
Yes. I hate
Oh,
you.
Nerf long strike.
I hate you.
yeah.
Well, I guess this would be a good opportunity for people to learn. So let me just point her down a bit at my dumbass. Try to, anyway.
Of course, modified to remove the air restrictor, and magazine also modified so I don't have to have a cock to remove it.
Ah, that's good.
Okay. Trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with this damn thing. And
I think
not
my
a
best
word-
Nerf is Nerf Stampede.
not
Yeah, that's
bad.
the like shorty assault rifle one that has removable stock and removable forend, kind of like this one, if I recall.
Yep.
I got a. Well, I have one of the. That's I think this was a Recon 5 or Recon something.
Yeah.
But I mean,
No, no.
the whole magazine fed thing, it always just kept ripping up the darts. It annoyed me. But the
Yep.
I mean,
Stampede,
I was actually planning on painting this up there because I was actually planning on doing a Borderlands cosplay, and then
Oh.
paint this up for
Awesome.
that cosplay.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
works.
right. Decker, you haven't played Borderlands in
Yeah.
a while, have you?
Yeah, the plan is either... Yeah, the plan is probably Mordecai from Borderlands 1.
Yeah, the thing with Borderlands is like I'd be playing that with Nerdy Thug, and he's got computer problems right now, and all sorts of issues there. Cody's having computer problems. I'm trying to get something together for EDF so that I can continue after I run out of videos for it, because Cody's computer's messed up. He can't. We got so far, and then he's like, "Well, I can't continue." So then I'm like, "Oh, I need to suddenly get this game for someone else and train them up really hard in EDF, not only to be able to survive, but also get their character to have good enough
Basically to get
gear
them
and
leveled
high
up.
enough health that they'll be able to not only have the skills to play with us on the higher levels, but have the stats to be able to do something besides die."
Yeah, on the console version of Borderlands 1, I'm only missing 2 of the achievements. One for
Not
the
bad. Okay, here's
highest level
Decker,
of the arena mode for that. I haven't played Borderlands 1 for a while. And then a couple of the collectibles in the last DLC. Basically,
Oh
you have
my
to like
God.
collect all the claptrap things there, where he basically sends you to fetch
yeah.
like 100 of different things. Like the fish in a
Decker.
bag and the pizza and
Oh my
stuff like
God.
that.
Comment again.
But other than that, I've gotten everything. I've already soloed Chromorax, so...
Oh, nice.
Okay, here we go. I don't know anything about
Without
guns, so I
mods, 'cause I don't
wouldn't
use
come
mods.
too
I
much
hate
video chat.
modders
It's
on Borderlands
awesome
1.
guns, bro. I'm content with chilling in the comments. Let's see here. I believe he did our action movie villains beware. Airsoft Al is here with, oh dear, he dropped the mag. God, I'm gonna get you back. I swear to God, I'm gonna get you back with that one.
You done goofed.
When I fix this gun, I'm gonna get you. I swear to God, I'm gonna get you.
It was nice talking to Conspired last night. He was telling me, watching the EDF videos from my perspective, he's like, yeah, he didn't even realize that I was kicking so much ass with a pointy stick.
Oh wow, really?
He's got a stick.
Oh yes,
Conspired.
you bastard.
Conspired's the Ranger. He runs around with the rocket launcher, firing off like 20 rockets, auto track, and go after the ants and send them flying and stuff. And
he's using a fucking aimbot.
From his perspective,
Sending them into
he
orbit.
just sees this big sea of red. He sees me go over there, and then on the radar, the red just disappears.
Oh my God.
And it's like, he doesn't understand what's going on. And then he watches the video and sees me go in there and start ripping him apart with a stick.
Oh God, Decker, there's an
Something
email
like
here asking me to ask you to do the quietest Let's Play you can, ASMR style, with no shirt on.
That seems
No joke. That's what the email
highly an odd
says.
request.
Apparently, this whole quietest Let's Play got started up because of Markiplier.
Yeah, I was actually just about to mention that because he has the quietest Let's Play.
And oh my God, his
But,
voice.
yeah.
I know his voice is just so. I don't know what to say about his voice. I legitimately don't. Markiplier.
Barf, barf, barf.
Ah.
Anyway, Decker as well, mentioning the battery that I was using in that gun. This thing is kind of like the RC car batteries.
Yeah.
Yep. Little airsoft history fun fact: the original batteries that we used in our AEGs was actual RC car batteries. Before companies started producing their own batteries for the AEGs.
Yeah, nickel metal hydride. But actually, before they produced their own batteries,
my little mod here does little over 11 volts and hits 200 watts. So I'm
this
thinking,
one here is.
what if I could just shove that into the
11.
stock of an airsoft gun and just power it with that? And like, there we go.
Well, if you got
Yeah,
Tamiya or Dean connectors, you can.
Connectors. Airsoft commonly uses little Tamiya
It's
connectors,
510
which are
threaded.
tiny little Tamiya connectors that you commonly find in older RC cars or old hobby shops. And the newer ones would be Dean's connectors, which I'm trying to find one. I don't think I have one handy that has Dean's connectors, but I have ones with Dean's connectors. or
So let me
more
just
commonly known
check
as
again
T
on the
connectors.
damn last thing. I gotta get a different one because this was a terrible site to go with.
Oh god, what site did you go with this time?
Well, I was trying to get the best. I did a whole bunch of research on like what kind of you know shit, you ass face.
What?
Well, I when it came to my vape gear, as it is, I was getting. I was looking up all the best stuff I could get. I was like, okay, DNA 200 mod with an actual ability to hit 200 watts with the standard battery size, the 510 threaded thing. Great. This is like one of the highest class mods you can get. I'm like, good, got it, wonderful. Now I
Oh,
just gotta
for vaping. Okay.
now, what kind of juice to get? Okay, I got this Unicorn Vapors Werther's Original with a 30 PG 70 VG balance. It's like Werther's Original, some buttered caramel with huge clouds. It's delicious, love it. Thick as fuck vapor, thick as fuck juice. But I want to put it on this thing. So I was like, what's the best kind of tank to get? Vaporesso giant dual tank with triple coils, ceramic, porous ceramic cell, like cleanest damn flavor you can get out of it. Awesome, great, go for it. And that piece I bought from Vape Sourcing on the 10th of August, and they said it would be in stock I bought it on the 8th of August. They said it would be in stock from the 10th to the 15th. All through August, it said from the 10th to the 15th, and now it just says out of stock.
What the fuck?
And there's no way to refund.
I actually
And I'm
had
like,
a
this
similar,
fucking sucks.
but not as bad experience with an airsoft company actually here recently that actually wound up being a good thing there. I went to order a Remington MSR 338 bolt action airsoft sniper rifle off of a website, Toronto Airsoft here. Let's fix my there. I'm just gonna put down the Nerf gun there because Nerf.
Yeah.
But anyway, I went to order it. It said it was in stock. Payment went through, but it was part of another bigger order there. And then the gun didn't come in. They didn't the gun. So okay, I emailed them and asked, "Is like okay? We didn't realize that we hadn't updated the inventory there, and the gun was out of stock. We'll get a hold of our supplier there, and we should have them back in stock in 3 to 4 weeks." A month passes. Still no sign of it. Still no emails. And about another 2 weeks. So I call. And they said they've been trying to get a hold of their supplier, which is in Taiwan, for the last 3 weeks there and couldn't get a single response out of them. So instead, they said that I could just take any gun on the site there that was in stock and basically just swap it. Of course, they would double check to make sure it was actually in stock and refund the difference in cost, as long as it wasn't higher. So instead, I got a H&K 416, and I actually recently got that, as well as a couple other little nifty bits. I got this
like
airsoft mug. I don't know if you can read that backwards.
TorontoAirsoft.com.
Yeah, it's right there. And then I also got this T-shirt too.
Right.
So yeah, wound up being all good in the end there. It was the fault of their supplier.
Yeah, I got my Rulo mod from Mist Hub, and that went relatively smoothly. This was also something they said it was going to take several more days to process, and they also were like, hey, we're selling this in Texas, and you need to send us a picture of your ID with like with just your name and the date of birth shown. That's all we need, just to prove that you are of age to purchase this kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, here, it's done. That
even though you got a fucking goat beard.
Then,
actually, here in Canada,
the
specifically in
Werther's
British
was from
Columbia.
Unicorn
Sorry, go
Papers.
ahead.
That went relatively quickly, relatively smoothly. And that damn giant dual tank, I had to pick Vape
I guess you're
Sourcing.
still waiting on it?
Yeah, there's like no update. And I was looking and I was like, okay, how do I just cancel this order and refund my money? There's like no option on the site for that.
So in other words, you just got to play the waiting game.
What the heck, cat?
I was looking at it was like August 10th to 15th, and I'm looking at that for so long. I'm like, what year?
Yeah, what year? Yikes.
No,
Ugh.
no.
I think it's kind of funny that you talking about vaping.
Icky.
Vape, like I don't vape myself. I know nothing wrong with that. But you talk about vaping is like me talking about airsoft sometimes. I just drive my friends nuts here locally sometimes because I just won't shut up.
Yeah, I'm just annoyed because I got everything for my perfect, like, my ideal vape, except for the tank, and that's just like not coming.
Yeah.
It's
Like this
son of
rifle
a
here, for
bitch.
example, it's completely bone stock internally, but it's got lots of really interesting stuff there. Like the gearbox there, the shell is CNC machine. It has a MOSFET wired directly to the gearbox shell, basically has help protect the trigger contacts. It's got 8mm steel ball bearing bushings in order to rotate the gears. It has steel tooth gears. It has a steel tooth piston with the second to last tooth missing to correct angle of engagement. It has an ambidextrous fire selector. Nice thing too about the fire selector is that the one on the right side is slightly shorter. So when it's in semi-auto, it does not bite into your finger.
Ah, yeah, a lot of people with real ones, they'll like take it apart and they'll put like a plunger on the right side, so
Yeah,
that
they
it
put a
just
plunger
doesn't.
there
Yeah.
that just doesn't interfere with their finger there. Or some people, they got very big hands, or they just have their finger very high up there. If it's semi-auto and it bites in their finger, it's significantly short on the right side, so it does not bite in. Like this doesn't interfere with my firing hand at all. License Defiance TR113 13-inch key mod rail, which is Real Steel Firearms and Voltor specific. Sorry, Voltor spec is what I meant to say, which means I could take either airsoft key mod accessories or real steel key mod accessories and mount them onto here with no problems of fitment. As for standard AR-15 grip on it, but actually put on, because I'm partnered with the airsoft company PTS, not really sponsored by them, it's more so a partnering thing. I promote their stuff and stuff like that. But one of the things I got here, this newer great AR-15 grip there, is much more slanted back. This has a much more straight grip angle and it's contoured. So you have a straighter grip. It's kind of like if you're familiar with BCM, Bravo Company. They actually have a very straight grip that they manufacture. This makes it a lot more comfortable in order to hold it because there's less wrist strain. Having the angle trigger guard here came with the box there. Replica aimpoint T1 red dot sight and a Hero Arms 4x flip to side magnifier. Flip a switch on the side and it drops down.
Nice.
Okay, here's one. Decker, will you ever review zombie movies again?
Well, I intend on reviewing for the rest of my life, so probably.
No, like
Yep.
George A. Romero zombie movies, like Dawn of the Dead, the remake of Dawn of the Dead, Survival of the Dead.
I would think as long as movies are being made, he'll keep on reviewing them.
Yeah, I mean, I just what I like doing. I enjoy it.
Critique done. Rip Company's a new one.
But this is actually my preferred setup there with optics. I don't like using very large, heavy optics. And that's also being more of a mid to long range gun. So I basically go from unmagnified red dot, and I have my front Troy iron sight here, flip face up there. Back to basically a reference point there. I usually don't even have this turned on. I just use my front sight here as a reference point. And if I need to either scout somebody out at long range or make sure my rounds are connecting, I can just flip that up and get 4x magnification.
Okay, she's fixed.
At least you think it's fixed.
Oh my god.
Then on the front here, this looked familiar to the older Magpul grips there, but this is actually a PTS grip. This is the Polymer 4 grip. It's a lot more comfortable and more stubby and contoured as opposed to the older Magpul grips. It also has a storage compartment internally and is a shorter stubby length and a longer one that can actually hold a battery if your gun is front wired.
My cat is looking at me intensely and the gun. She knows toys are about to go flying for the chase.
And as you can see, when I start talking about a gun, I get into it.
It gets quiet.
Yep.
But
But that's
I've
okay.
just got
Everybody's got
anything.
their own likes.
See, it
It's
got me
interesting to
thinking,
hear
like,
about when somebody's really passionate about something. They just talk so enthusiastically about it, like you with your vaping and me with my airsoft guns. It's just always interesting to hear that kind of side of a person.
I'm always like, when I'm interested in learning, I'm also interested in learning just how far things can go into crazy. Because I mean, you're saying about the standard 12 gauge size airsoft shells, and now I'm thinking one thing that things that airsoft does all the time that you generally can't get anywhere with actual firearms is fully automatic. Now I'm thinking one thing that you generally can't get with a shotgun that'd be interesting if someone tried to pull it off with airsoft would be belt fed.
See, with a shotgun, there is actually now one electric shotgun that actually is full auto that fires 3 BBs, and it's not just 1 BB at a time. And I actually have it.
Wait, dice. The shotgun you're talking about is one of Decker's favorites. He said in the Expendables he wanted one. Go get it.
I'll be right back.
Get it. Decker, you're gonna thank me later.
I heard him talking about the AA-12 earlier. I was actually trying to comment, but it was like sending it to the things like questions on the side, and you weren't seeing that. And I was like, what the?
I know. It's weird. It really is weird. Hold on, let me actually check, because they're shipping a Q&A thing.
Yeah.
It should have worked. What the hell, actually? Actually see it. Why isn't it working? Yeah, it's not. It doesn't want to work. What the hell?
That's weird. I mean, I saw this Q&A panel. I went to it as like, ask a question. I'm like, okay. I sent 2 messages that way, and I was the only one that I saw on my side posting stuff.
Yeah,
so I was like,
but dude, you're going to love it. You're going to love what you're about to see. And my cat is attacking the dog.
My dog's looking at me like, what are you doing? So, Decker, a treat for you to check out. Does this look familiar?
oh, it's kind of frozen right now. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah.
Does this look familiar? This is the Tokimarui AA-12 fully automatic shotgun.
It is $400 US.
$400 US, so about 600 Canadian. And it's a 93-round magazine. That actually, and of course it's safe and clear here. I'll try and get this up to the camera if you can actually see in the barrel. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. There's 3 barrels inside. I don't know. Yeah. So it fires 3 rounds with every pull of the trigger, or fully automatic. And then, of course, airsoft guns typically have pop-ups. So how are you going to be able to adjust it normally? This gun has 3 independently adjustable pop-up dials for each of the barrels. And unlike a traditional airsoft gun, which has basically in airsoft barrels, if you're not familiar with them, they'll have a small rubber nub on the top of the barrel just where the BB enters the barrel. It'll then put a backspin on the BB, and helps the BB go farther, just drop. Typically, with one, you would expect all the nubs to be on the top. With the shotgun, however, it's in a triangle pattern, much like so. The top barrel has the nub on top, but the 2 side barrels have the nubs on the sides. So instead of generating lift, it causes them to spread. So you can actually adjust your spread depending on the weight of your BB. And yes, quite awesome. So if you like the Expendables and you like the AA-12, fully automatic AA-12 shotgun.
I can see Decker's grin there. He's loving what he's seeing.
And if you can see, there's a little follower that extends every single round into there, so it feeds all 93 of those rounds. And then also, which just recently was released that I actually have on the way here from my supplier up here in Canada, they actually recently released a 3,000 round drum magazine.
Awesome. I was wondering
so you can just
if there was a drum mag available.
Well, these are based off of the original. I believe they were 8 round stick mags, if I recall correctly. But it's 8 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. And then the drum magazines, if I recall, were 20 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the funny thing, Decker. The AA-12 is
Wow, you just got way
banned
louder.
from a lot of CQB arenas.
Really?
From a lot because they weren't too familiar about how it operated. Being a fully automatic shotgun, they think, oh crap, it's fully automatic, it's going to be way too powerful. So what they did, if I recall, the original AA-12 was fully automatic only. What they did with this, with the fire selector, right now it is in safe as a fire selector. Safe, semi-automatic, and fully automatic. So if you're in a CQB site that doesn't allow full auto shotguns, you just put on semi-auto and not have to worry.
Hey, Decker, just so you know, the messaging is not seen on the actual live stream. So if you want to message me where you're at, I can probably pull up the closest airsoft arena to you.
I could probably look. I don't know if there's going to be any. I'm not exactly in a.
Actually, I actually just remembered a website. There's actually an organization on the internet there that's called Airsoft C3. They're basically acting. It's a newer thing. They're acting as basically a online resource for different airsoft shops and fields. All you do is go on airsoftc3.com, if I recall it's the correct one, Airsoft C3. You type in where you are, and it will tell you all the nearest shops and fields to your location.
My cookie clicker crashed.
Your what?
Nothing.
Can you
Okay, what
see
the
us?
hell are you talking about?
I click on
Hey,
cookies.
you like this?
It's what I do. Cookies, they click.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Oh God, I hate this one.
But I
Oh wait, hold up. Before
I've
I
had some
ask this one, Zach.
to this. This for some reason it's like the lighter BBs, it throws it just everywhere. It's not particularly accurate or consistent.
With airsoft BBs, they're available in a wide variety of different weights. The most common that you typically find for really inexpensive guns or in big box stores is .12 or .12. Those things, if you have like higher end airsoft guns like these, made to really, really low quality standards. Like
Yeah, the .12 just throws it around everywhere. But like I have a 1911 spring loaded airsoft. And that is a lot more consistent. It's still not particularly good at long range, but it's a hell of a lot more accurate than this thing. But when it comes to the .3...
Just out of curiosity, where is that spring pistol now?
Downstairs.
I'd like to ask, may I see it? Because I'm kind of afraid of what it is.
It's probably what you think it is.
It's a Crossman, isn't it?
I assume. I can't remember.
Is it the extended version of the 1911?
But the .3, the heavier, the .3 out of that, it's a lot more consistent, but it's still not good because they always fired to the left with a spin that pulled it to the right. So it was like, it's like, what the hell is going on with this thing?
I think it's with a lot of lower quality spring guns. Their hop-ups were either made really low quality or they were non-adjustable. Unfortunately, to get a better hop-up thing, usually with those, all you have stuck with is using a heavier weight BB. Like with a spring pistol, I would recommend probably .25 or .3 for the most consistency versus the quality that it is.
I mean, it was consistently shooting to the left and pulling to the right.
Yeah, with lots of inexpensive springers or even some really, really budget guns, their hop-ups are not made to standards. Like Tokyo Marui, which is the manufacturer of this shotgun, is well known for having amazing hop-ups out of the box. A lot of people have referred to it as the Tokyo Marui Magic Fairy Dust or Magic Factory Dust.
But yeah, I can go get that 1911 POS.
Please do.
I thought that was absolutely hilarious there, Al, when he first showed up there, all I saw was your little box in the corner here, and you just freaking out and fanboying out and quiet. All I saw was just a jumble of Al.
Okay, so fair warning for everyone: turn down your microphone, turn down your volume, because if it is what I think it is,
Because he's about to have a freak out. I'm turning down mine.
Oh yeah.
Hey, let's see if we got any questions. People who are still watching there, watch on Airsoft Owl's page to see if you can add any more questions, and then we can answer them as the show progresses.
All right, I got the Mountain Dew.
Good. Decker,
Oh, yeah,
you
cup
may
of
want
dew.
to turn down your volume.
He's about to have a little freak out and fanboy freak out. I am having a Jones soda.
Ah,
The only
Anyway.
thing here in Canada that we call soda.
Hold up. Gotta look at that a little better. Hold on, let me put it on your screen.
right. So, this is a...
Oh, okay, never mind, I don't gotta. Okay, everybody, turn your volumes back up to normal. Decker, you have a KWC 1911. KWC is probably the best fucking Springer company you're ever gonna get. Those guns are fucking amazing.
Oh, it was loaded.
KWC 1911, I gave it a 10 out of 10 legendary rating. Starter sidearm.
It still had a pellet in the chamber. I shot my bed.
Well, at least you didn't point it at your computer screen.
Oh god!
Yeah, I mean, this is not bad. I've had a lot more accuracy out of this versus this.
Well, I've actually got a KWC. Hold on, let me pull it out. Okay, so I've got the original 2005 KWC. So let me put it over my screen so people can see. Okay, so the reason they're so good. Oh, let me pull this back a bit because I need to pull this off exactly. And yes, you can take apart it like a real 1911. So if you want to, you can do this with me, Decker. Okay, so the reason it's so accurate is because right here, the hop-up is designed, and I don't know if you can see that correctly. I am sorry if you can't. But right in here, which is a fixed hop-up, is designed in a way so that it makes use of any weight BB. So in a literal sense, you can have the lightest fucking BB ever, and it still will work like a beast.
Well, that's good, because that's what I've got loaded in these, the lightest BBs I can have.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I am really happy that it's not the piece of shit Crossman one that I destroyed with some buddies. Yeah, you'd be surprised how pissed off I can get at some piece of shit guns.
Angry enough at your gun to shoot it with a gun?
Not a real steel because I can't do that around here because of my livestock. But I have destroyed it with a BB gun. I know with a lot of all my collection over there.
I have actually taken one of those really old Walmart that's like powered by double laser, and I placed it down our rifle range that we have in my local town here, and I destroyed it with my SKS.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it just
Let's see.
exploded.
I have been asked to do a little crossover between the eventual gun channel and my main channel and just shoot the fuck out of a movie or something. I'm thinking, I haven't encountered any. I haven't encountered any movies recently that have been that bad. I mean, Alien
Decker,
Origin.
do I have to remind you of the Asylum?
All I have to do is pick up an Asylum film if I need something to shoot. I know.
But
okay, here we go.
As a
Question.
future reference, you
Okay,
could
Zach, talk. I am sorry to interrupt you, Dice. I really am.
okay, go ahead with your
And then I
question there.
would suggest
Zach,
maybe just
talk
pick up
has a
little
question.
fighter.
Ask, can an AA-12 use explosive shells, if those even exist? Yes, they do.
Yes,
I've
12
seen
12 gauge frag rounds.
It's okay to use frag rounds, yes, in those, because they still have the typical operating mechanism of a shotgun. They're just magazine fed. Much the
Yeah.
same way how some pump action shotguns, like there's actually one shotgun that's being sold in my town there called by Dominion Arms. The Dominion Arms Grizzly, you can get 5-round mags with, and you can still use frag rounds in those too.
Yeah, when Terry Crews was going over the little grenade rounds for his AA-12 in the Expendables, that wasn't just movie bullshit. That's actually a thing.
Yeah, it is ridiculously real.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh God, I love it. I love this question, but Decker's not gonna like it. Decker's Shadow. A challenge has been proposed. They challenge you to review the... I'm not even fucking joking. They have challenged you to review Zombies Underground, or Nazi Zombies Underground. Nazis at the center of the earth, basically.
Am I supposed to know what that movie is called?
So, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. I actually watched this movie. You can watch it free on YouTube. It is made by the Asylum.
Boy.
Oh, and it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. Nazis are at the center of the earth. They have a UFO, and they're harvesting brains to bring back robot Hitler. And they have Gary Busey.
Suddenly it turned awesome.
Decker's just like, you had me at Gary Busey.
Oh no, it's not Gary Busey. It's Jake Busey, I think, from Starship Troopers, right?
No.
Oh, it's his son.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's who's in it. Let's see here. A lot of...
They got Busey. Oh, it's Jake.
Oh, it's Jake, not Gary.
Okay. Oh God, I hate you guys. Airsoft Al, please tell Decker Shadow the weirdest movie you've ever seen. Decker, you can watch this on Netflix. It's called Re-Kill. Okay, so hear me out. This is the premise of the movie. The zombie apocalypse has happened. However, it is the aftermath of the original apocalypse. They're following around these squads called Re-Kill squads, which are made up of ex-military, survivors, civilians, law enforcement, and they're going around killing zombies. And it's sort of Starship Troopers mixed with zombie, mixed with found footage, except it's an actual mockumentary. And insert into each episode, we have propaganda for repopulation, and lots of gunfighting. Joe, that's legitimately what it is.
What is this, the Bad Touch all over again?
Yes. Well, not really. It's actually a really awesome movie. Now as for the second weirdest movie I've ever seen, which is not really weird, it's called Look Who's Back. No joke, it is based off of a book called Look Who's Back. And the whole story centers around Adolf Hitler coming back in modern day Germany.
No, I was hoping for Eminem.
Look who's back. Back again.
But no joke. I've actually watched the movie. It's actually really funny. There's even a scene where they recreate the bunker scene.
I don't know. I'd be hoping more for Tupac.
Oh my God. Yeah, but there's actually a scene where Adolf Hitler's introduced to the internet, and he's just blown away.
What if Tupac, Hitler, and Robin Williams all came back in a movie?
No.
Wow.
No. No, Decker. No.
I think I just lost a few brain cells there, but that would be interesting to watch. I mean, you got
Oh God.
You got Tupac being the shit
And they
talker.
had to save the world.
No.
I mean, you got Tupac just being a shit talker. You got Adolf Hitler, who's the just asshole that wants to
Biggest
be
racist ever.
And then you got Robin Williams for the comic relief.
God. How is that not a big crash already?
Not gonna lie, that would be probably an interesting movie to watch.
It would be.
And then
let's see.
it would depend upon how well it was done. As long as it's not like Michael Bay.
Oh, that
Fuck
reminds
you,
me.
Michael Bay!
When I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, and it was opening up, and it was just given the opening credits, and then I got to produced by Michael Bay. I was like, oh, fuck!
It's like, nope.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, there's been a fair amount of films that have been filmed up here where I live. Actually, if you're familiar at all with it's actually, I thought it was a fairly good movie anyway. If you ever heard of the movie 8 Below, it's got Paul Walker in it. Paul Walker and Jason Biggs are the two main guys in it. But that was actually filmed right here in my town for most of the winter scenes, actually on the mountain just right beside where I live. And when they were filming that movie, it was quite a few years ago, I actually met Paul Walker when he was hanging around downtown. He actually ducked into the bicycle shop that I was at. I was talking to my friend who worked there, and he was trying to hide from all the screaming fangirls. So he just ducked in there. We got him in the back there.
Guys, I believe this is a fair warning. Okay, you know I tell you when to turn down your microphone, to turn down your headphones?
Yeah, always.
This is one of those occasions. Decker, you're going to want to do this too.
Crank this shit up. There we go. Max volume.
Okay. So, someone has just informed me that the asylum has ripped off Suicide Squad and has named it Sinister Squad. Are you fucking serious? No! 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 Fuck you! Motherfucking cocksucking son of bitches! What the fuck? Fuck!
How I Met Your Mother. I just had to do that. But even to me personally, I know everybody's got their opinion. I saw Suicide Squad and I didn't think it was that great. Like, really, it felt more so forced. Personally, out of the result of that, the only thing that I want out of that is like a standalone Deadshot movie. But yeah, not really.
Yeah, I know the last movie I saw was Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, and I'm just thinking, like, there was all the expectations I had based on everyone saying, oh, this is an absolute horrible piece of shit, just, oh god, oh no, and then there's my experience actually watching the movie, which of course I'm going to review it and everyone's going to know what I think, but should I say a few things of what I think about that right now?
Actually,
I would ask, but I don't want to, in case some of your followers are watching this, I wouldn't want to like spoil your review on that or getting your early opinions on that.
Well, it's not really going to be spoiling any jokes unless I think of a really good one just off the top of my head here.
Yeah. Like, I've always liked the Nightmare on Elm Street and the Friday the 13th movie series. Like, it's been one of the first horror series that I watched when I was a kid. I actually, for 3
everyone
years
said
straight,
that
went as Freddy.
The movie was terrible because it relied too heavily on the original, which I can see where they really fucked up with a lot of things there. And then they also, Freddy Krueger was shit in it. And it's like Freddy Krueger was this real mixed bag. And it's like they had some ideas and they really fucked up.
Basically, they tried taking on the source material and they just threw it in a wood chipper and just went with the crap that was left over.
And there's this one part very late in the movie where the one girl is walking through school hallway and she turns and looks and sees her dead friend standing there in a body bag. Obviously referencing when Nancy saw Tina in a body bag in the hallway standing there.
Guys,
the problem is, in the original movie, she saw her in the body bag on the news, which is why she was appearing in the body bag in her nightmares. In this, that never happened. She just suddenly popped up in a body bag. Like, hey, remember this from the original movie?
With basically no context reference in the original.
Yeah.
Guys, you're gonna want to do this. Go over to Google type in Sinister Squad and just look at the images.
I'm not even going to bother because nope.
If any of you who turned down your headphones, which I am sorry I freaked out there, but I'm sorry. The Asylum, you had no right to touch that. You have no right to touch anything DC or Marvel related. Cocksuckers.
DC is probably already aware of it, and they'll probably wind up doing something about it. Keyword probably.
One nice thing they did in Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 is they actually brought in a little more of a scientific angle on how sleep deprivation works and how the brain functions. The problem is, somehow, at some point in between being a gardener and a pedophile, Freddy Krueger was also a neurologist because he knows about this shit.
How?
Like, he's giving the actual data points as he's torturing people. And I'm like, what?
So basically adding another layer of backstory onto Freddy Krueger.
I mean, was there a comic book that kind of gave this idea, or what exactly?
But, I mean, the big thing they fucked up with Freddy Krueger, I don't think it so much was the face. He looked fucked up enough. He looked disturbing enough. The biggest problems were the line deliveries. Like, they wrote jokes that sounded like they were trying to go for the Robert Englund Freddy Krueger, but they just didn't really work.
They couldn't deliver it.
They were very flat and weren't witty. And but beyond that, the first thing they did was they were depicting him as a sort of tragic tale, humanizing him immediately. You don't do that with your villains. The less human, the better.
Yeah, because then you don't relate to them, then you hate them more, then they are more as a villain and not just, oh, hey, it's just a sad story. It's just like, no, make them evil.
Yeah. They just go, oof.
A prime example of a good way to do a villain is the Joker. Not the one in Suicide Squad, just the Joker, period.
Yeah. It's like, he's crazy. He does crazy shit.
Like, the Joker in Suicide Squad is hands down the worst Joker, in my personal opinion. But for best Joker, it would have to be all the animated versions that were voiced by Mark Hamill.
Or Jack Nicholson.
For live action, though, Jack Nicholson did a pretty good job on his.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually another little thing, too, that I noticed. If you look at Mark Hamill's name, like, written out there, it has, like, he was made for the Joker role. In Mark Hamill's name, if you cut the letters out, it's like Arkham in his name. He was made for the role.
Yeah, don't mind me, I'm trying to find a movie.
Yeah, I'm just like, let me think. I gotta eat something today. What is there to eat?
I have my calming
Pizza's
food
always a
because
winner.
I'm gonna freak out.
Yeah, but that requires effort.
Pizza is always a winner.
I'm having
Not
a
if it's
homemade
leftover
dumpling.
pizza.
Well, I don't got leftover pizza.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Oh, man.
Becker, someone just asked if you're going to review War of the Worlds Goliath.
War of the Worlds Goliath? Which one's that?
It's the one NJ4K had, and you did a guest star on.
NJ4K?
Thank you, Mike.
English guy with the crazy hair.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He's like, schwin, boo, brain. Oh, man. But yeah, I should be heading out soon because I gotta get back to work, get to editing, all that lovely stuff.
Yeah, me too. Sadly, I have to eat and then get ready to go do yard work and then have to do events and go build a sniper tower and then have to contact the laser light place for the fucking Nerf event, and then God knows everything else.
Me, I
Goddamn,
also
having
have a whole
built
bunch of
things,
editing
that
to
was-
do. Oh, wow, that's always the fun bit. But I'll be putting out a video later on here of the last little collab thing there that Airsoft Al did for his little review on his SIG 556. I'll be putting out an edited version on my channel as well. Permission.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think we should all answer one more question all together. Parter, obviously, but it's a pretty short one. One, will we ever do another live stream together and or podcast? Whenever we
Oh,
get the time.
I'm always down for another live stream.
Who knows? But I
Yeah.
tend to be busy, incredibly busy. I'm busy.
Yes. And tits. You're always looking at tits. Second part, will we ever play video games together? Well, if these two schmuckheads ever get on Modern Combat 5 Blackout, I'd definitely be down with it.
I don't play subpar games.
Well, screw you.
I'm living in EDF right now.
Oh, yeah, sure, with all the
EDF is
drugs
love,
and
EDF is life.
tentacles.
Yes, EDF is love, EDF is life. Me, myself, I'm always down for gaming as well, both on PC and Xbox One, which is primarily what I play on. But yeah, if anybody who's watching this video here wants to join me on that, just add Dice Airsoft on Steam or on Xbox One, and then we can game out.
Oh my god, no, Zach, I'm not reading your comment. I'm not reading it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. As always, I've been Airsoft Al, and oh wait, that's your line, Decker.
Yeah, but I can't remember anything right now, so
Anyway, as always, guys, I will see you on the front lines. Until the next live stream and or sandy breaking point in my life.
Yes, when you have another meltdown. I am Dice from Dice Airsoft, and I will see you guys next time.
And I am Decker Shadow of Decker Shadow. That's pretty much all you need to
Really?
know.
All right. Oh, I gotta talk to you after the broadcast goes off, Decker.
Right.
All right. Until next time, guys, and maybe we'll see this handsome long-haired devil or pervert on the field.